So, good hello, everyone. Welcome to the Keepers of the Golden Gate, session 69, everybody. 69.
Yay!
And it is the 30th of October 2020. Yep, this year keeps going. And I am Ryan, the GM, still. Here are some players.
And I play Arya Bluebird, the half-elf druid.
We missed the start of you, by the way, FYI.
Not quite sure why, but okay. Hi, I'm Adrian.
Hello, I'm Sean and I play Bastiel, the Warforged Cleric.
Hi, I'm playing Crumbar. My name is Scott, and I'm pretty sure I dimmed the party.
I'm Dom. I play the elven sorcerer called Plagal.
And hey, I'm Alex. I play Riz, the elven monk.
Yeah. That's us. Something Dondrabella.
So it's like, and I'm Ryan. I play
Donatello.
everyone else.
Yep, let me start. So, first NPC I played was Celeste,
The dragon?
okay? Then, second NPC I played was Random Royal Guard number 4.
Oh yeah, he got pasted.
Yeah, there also wasn't 4 of them, but I like to name him number 4. It's like, well, what happened to 1? Anyway.
He didn't show up.
Mm-mm.
Right. Before we, in fact,
What are those thoughts? Because literally, it's the next thing is, what do you remember from last time?
yeah. I was gonna say, so that we can start on a happy note. I've already spoke to Ryan. I'm going to buy everyone inspiration because I don't think anyone has it, and I
Good for
think
me.
it is something. Do you actually have? Yeah, you've got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've used mine.
So I am going to try and do a Twitch where I go, whoop, and then go.
So, does anyone not have inspiration in the party?
Mm-hmm.
Let me check.
So, Bastiel, you don't have it. Crumbar, do you have it?
Nope.
Plagal, do you have it?
Nope.
Riz has it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Arya,
Have
You're-
it.
yes, no, sorry?
It's ticked. I have it. Yeah.
Cool, there you go.
You've got it. All right. Okay. Rez has
Riz and Arya have it, the rest don't.
Eagle. I think that's how you spell it.
It's not, you did what I did. You added an Ian.
Um,
Or sorry, a U, even. A U.
so that should now be everyone with inspiration because I think we might go in.
Let me go approve such things.
Yay.
Manage reward requests. And mark is complete. Look at that. Big money.
Yay!
Perfect.
Ooh.
Yeah, so just you can take your box again. Right. So what do you remember from last time?
We met Ars, who was funny.
I liked ours, yeah.
Ars was a fun character, and nothing else happened this entire session apart from that.
Oh, nothing else has happened this
yeah.
session, you're right.
I mean, last week, no, we met Ars and then left.
If only.
Sort of, essentially. Yeah, that's pretty much that actually what. But
We stumbled upon Vishal.
It's stumbled upon the right, the right phrasing though.
we
I feel
confronted Vishal. I
We
think.
barged them
Well,
on.
Kind of just walked into him. Where he was.
yeah, like completely just like at the supermarket, didn't expect to see him on this day. You know, hadn't
Yeah.
literally asked a god of creepy wish granting to get you to here. Yep.
Ah,
Wow.
seeing you here in your home.
Maybe.
Yeah. And he killed Crumbar.
Mhm.
I revived Crumbar.
You did indeed.
Yep.
And then he almost killed 2 other members of the party.
True. You cast
And-
Finger of Death on me. It's just fortunately I was a giant
Oh.
at the
Yeah.
time
Yep.
with 158 hit points, so
Oh my
something
God.
like that. So yeah, I just immediately turned back into Plagal form, looked a bit shocked, was hoping that Riz was going to save us, and then he inadvertently got in the way of.
So- Something I meant to say about that scene was I think that's maybe another one of those achievement unlocked moments of that's the highest official DC that's ever come up in a game I've run, which was like a DC 34 check.
Oh yes.
Just
Oh, God,
for the
yes.
concentration rate, because obviously it's half the damage if it's higher than 10, and that was higher than 10. So
Yeah.
I liked that for that moment because in terms of the scales of difficulty, I'm like, well, that's big, but roll anyway. But it's big. Yeah, it's a lot of bless you need for that one.
There's a lot of bless, and also I just realised that you could use the 2d4 worth of the
Like,
divine
it's
sorcerer thing as well.
Potentially achievable. Potentially.
But you'd have to roll natural 20 and have bless and max out. So that'd be 24.
Oh, do you
plus
not?
8, 32. No,
I was gonna say you're just too short. Yeah, you've been
short. Unless you had. Could you use bardic inspiration on top of that as well?
probably if you had it. Yeah, like if you had it, probably.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine rolling that? All
Yeah, it's like Crumbar. While you're down, don't come back. Roll a board, quick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, yeah. So you could get to it because obviously you've got saves from your paladin boyo as well, right? Buffs from his aura. So
Yeah.
like
possible.
you could like scrape up there. So it is possible, like with enough
It's
jank.
theoretically possible. Yeah.
But I like that. I like that a lot. I was something I meant to say at the end of last session, but obviously there was a lot of drama at the end of last session, so
Yeah.
it was caught up. But a 34 DC is big energy. I liked it.
Yeah.
Anything else worthy of bringing up?
Yes, I need to ask you one question before we begin,
Okay.
which is I couldn't remember which phase step season I've got.
You
up
were
and running.
summer.
Okay, that's
Yep.
absolutely fine.
Yep.
We haven't had a long rest since, so I'm still summer.
Yep.
Mhm.
Because I remember asking you that in 2 different occasions, and I remember you telling
Yeah.
me summer on both. So
Yeah,
that would be my
that's
guess.
fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yep,
I just
yep.
wanted to just double.
Oh, it's
check.
good to know. Yeah, because phase step is so quirky depending on what season you are. So
Yeah.
it's good. As I said, my favourite spring. But yeah, anything else then to recall?
Not from me.
Nope, all good. In that case, let us review the goals that are in place. So, goals that are in place. Let me find. So we got contact God of choice, de-escalate conflict with Vishal. Vishal. Learn where Indra Lament sent us. Make it to Horizon. Discover in what way Mark is still with us. Probably my favourite out of all those goals. It's just... it's brilliant. Right, personal goals. Arya has found out the history of the keep maker / owner. That still seems to be there. Yep, and then we've got Bastille. Put Riz in contact with Prince of Shadows. And then asterisk, asterisk.
Yes.
Mhm.
Reminder worked.
I was gonna say asterisk.
Oh fuck, am I gonna do that? Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Good luck.
Yep. Then you've got Crumbar. Contact GGW again. Then we've got Plagal. Find out what Vishal's connection with Janus is. And then Riz. Learn how to remove the mark on my hand. There we go. Big energy. So.
Big stick energy.
Indeed.
So let's just navigate back to the wonderful map. Let me make sure we're...
Can we pretend that we didn't?
We could, actually, if you wanted to, but we won't.
Aw. Okay, so
Times like this I wish I had a map butler, just to
Riz is
handle the stream for me.
Map Butler.
Map butler, yeah. Because I'd rather they
Um,
handled this other screen for me, that I didn't have to always have the cameraman job as well as the director and everything else. That'd be nice. One day.
So Riz is paralyzed. What is the other effects that are on? Because Arya and Dondrabella have something, and Plago has something as well.
Oh, that's up to them to tell you, right?
Knowledge, I'm fine.
What? Sorry. What did you mean by your question? Sorry.
So
They've got
you've
pips.
So you've got a pip of a wee guy being a Super Saiyan, and Ari and Dungerbella have like stinky lines.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I see what you mean. That's major.
Maybe
armor.
somebody
Oh, go
cast-
on, mate.
Was it Bless or something? Maybe somebody cast it at one point?
nope, it's user both dodging.
Ah, gotcha. Okay,
Ah,
yeah.
is that
I
what-
had the saved action that if they attack, I'll try to not get hurt by it, yes.
Nope, that's not it at all, because we discussed you maybe having that and how that didn't really make any sense, and dodge means they'll get disadvantage if there's an attack roll made against you. And that's what you went for, and that's what Dungerbella went for as well.
Oh wait, and does Plago not have mage armor?
That's what he
I-
said.
I-
He literally just said that.
Oh, did he? I didn't hear him. Sorry.
You just need to turn all your volumes up to audible level for the actual players and DM, and then you'll be
What?
sorted, Scott. I'll just kill you now. Wabam.
I did a funny.
Seems like you've
Okay.
been killed.
Again. Hooray!
Okay, unkill yourself and
Hey!
let's get to the session. You're up first, buddy.
Okay.
Or at least you would be, if I wasn't just going to take another move as Vishal.
Oh shit.
Yeah!
We're doing legendary action.
I say that the GM's abusing his power.
Nope.
Sorry.
I'm
We'll
using
get
the
legendary actions.
I'm using the character sheet as, you know, built. Ah, the joys, the joys, the joys, the joys. So let's see. Hmm.
No. Not that noise. Not the dark crystal noise.
Not the waiter from
We're,
The Simpsons.
we're building up to Skeksis language as
Yeah.
well. Yep, that's it. I like it. It's good.
I love
So,
that.
yeah, I'm a big fan of the Skeksis too. Yeah, but no, I'm good. Crumber, you can take your turn.
Okay.
I
So
will wait.
if I stand up, that takes
Half your move.
half my movement, right?
Yep.
So I'll
Because apparently the faster you can move, the more it takes out of you to stand up in D&D, which I love.
exactly.
I love that. It's so good.
Like I thought, like standing up would take an action, but you know.
I kind of wish it just took, say, for example, 10 or 15 feet to stand up of your move, regardless of how fast you could move, because then it wouldn't punish people with bigger speeds.
So yeah, I'll just kind of stand up in this kind of like almost hungover state of what the utter fuck just happened. And
It's always
I
good when he
will-
measures, isn't it? Get everyone just.
Here we go.
yeah,
We had a call about how you were going to
Just
beg.
straight to him.
Drawing measurement.
Yeah, we talked about this.
yeah, I'll just say it's like
I dressed formally for your TPK, by the way, everybody, just so you know.
yeah. Sorry, I'm choosing my next words very carefully. And I'll just say like, Vishal, I apologize. I did not mean to come here as a threat. You're right. We shouldn't be here. We should just leave. Please allow us to. And I beg your forgiveness.
Whoa.
Roll persuasion.
Wow.
Going to use inspiration.
I am shook by this revelation.
I know, right?
Yeah, we did not expect it.
Nope.
Give me a wee second.
Dungerbella dies of a heart attack because she's never seen Crumbar be so humble.
Oh, that's pureness.
This role is very important.
Right,
This would be the worst time to get double ones on an advantage roll. I'm just gonna say
I
that.
mean, not like that's ever happened to me before. Persuasion, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so nervous to click it. Fucking booyah!
Natural 20. I don't believe it.
Oh, nom nom nom
Genuine.
nom nom.
Actually, the other one was still 17, which is pretty
yeah.
good, actually. I think Crumbar deserves a round of applause.
Oh, fuck
Why don't-
me.
why don't-
I-
why don't
I
you-
don't know what the result is.
I was gonna say, yeah, why don't you wait and see what happens before we celebrate, shall we?
Yeah, well,
You need
actually,
50.
you needed a 23 to live.
Isn't that such an RP thing to say as well? You need a 23 to live. Like, that's just... Yup. Oh dear. So, yeah, actually, because it's session 69, everything is DC 69, so...
Everything's
Oh dear. Just figured I'd maybe put
including
that in,
last row.
because I kind of forgot to put that in there, because, you know, log markers and all that. So, Vishal, I mean, narratively walks forward, I guess, but doesn't mechanically walk forward based on, combat rules. So he, within his 5-foot square, takes a couple of steps forward. Kind of like puts his hands by his side, and then just kind of looks at you, Crumbar. What is your demeanor saying? Like, how do you look? Obviously, we know you're pretty fucked because of, actually dying and everything. But...
Like, literally, you know that, like, I would crawl to the toilet of hangover. My eyes are probably bleeding and just, I mean, imagine I'd been hit by a truck and then it backed up over me, and then I had to then lift up said truck to stand back up. That's probably how I look.
Okay, big truck energy. Truly trucked,
The
you could say.
resurrection wasn't gentle.
Also, Bastiel, wherever you're tracking the fact that you've already resurrected one person, I need you to track that you've resurrected two.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Secret rule thing.
It's not so secret, it's more just that magic is costly. That's all.
There we go. That's the one I was trying to find.
Yeah.
That's a good look for it.
I'll add to my notes as well, Bastiel, res 2.
2 laments, 2 reses. That's bad.
Who else did you read? Oh yeah.
Why do you keep forgetting the Dwarf King?
I really don't know.
Like that entire scene, right? That entire scene.
I am not a smart man.
But anyway, so your demeanor is, seen better days, and one of, basically you're a buffet for Indra Lament, I think's what we're saying.
I could definitely do a multivitamin.
Yeah, a wee Barocca or something.
B12.
Oh dear. So, Vishal takes his couple of steps forward and looks just like, past everybody else, past like the ninja that came from nowhere and the former giant ape, and stares at you, Crumbar, and you just hear the kind of the gravelly voice like rumble its way over to you, just saying, "Why did you come here?" Yep. And are you doing anything with your turn?
Yeah. No, sorry, I'm just having a think. Because obviously, if I try to lie, I'll need the persuasion again.
No, your deception if you're trying to lie.
Or deception again.
It's a persuasive lie. Information, right? That's why we came here. You could say that.
Is that like
Magna and stuff?
No,
and
we
the rods.
came here to get the rod of path. So I'll just say that it's like we came here to get the rod of path. We need it for closing the breach in the abyss. I was hoping we could come to an agreement.
Then, do you do anything with your turn? Because that's definitely at least more than 6 seconds of dialogue.
Throw a weapon.
I mean, I don't know how much use it'll be, but I'll tan a potion, I guess.
Sure, yeah.
So
Slowly chugs potion while waiting on him to reply.
now I have 8 HP. Yay!
Whoa.
So, you done? Yeah.
Yeah, done.
I'm assuming you're not picking your weapon up from the floor as this happens, right?
Oh, do you need to pick weapon?
I mean,
up
you
as well?
got killed.
Yeah, but I never had
course.
weapon drawn. But yeah, okay, what weapon gets picked up, all gear gets picked up.
Right, so
Armor gets
I was going to say, so are you sure you want to pick up your weapon? I mean, if it's still on your back, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't mind if it's
Yeah,
still on your
yeah,
back.
I mean, like,
That's cool.
It was, yeah, it was never drawn, so I don't
Okay,
see why
cool.
It
If it
be
was
out.
never drawn, good. Okay.
Oh,
Aye, it's still on your back. These are important things. But yes, when you die, you don't always hold on to your stuff, buddy. That
Right,
was
okay.
potentially in your hand. I'm not going to make it randomly jump out its sheath on your back, though, if
like,
you die.
you know
Depending
what?
on the way you die, because maybe the ragdoll physics get the best of the game, you know?
you know what? Actually, I will do as well because I just realised. Even I'll unequip molten skin as well because
Yeah,
I
sure.
died. Why would molten skin stay on?
I think it's
You know,
fair.
you raise a very good point there, Ryan.
Thank you. I do try occasionally.
Yeah. But yeah, so after being dead, the crumbar doesn't look goldy anymore.
Which, I mean, probably kind of looks badass, right? That somebody killed you, you stood back up, and you're no longer gold, and it's like, yep, I returned
It's
to
like-
you as Crumbar. The Crumbar, actually.
God bless those iframes, right?
So, yeah, if that's your turn done,
Sorry, can you hear those fireworks?
we can.
Is
Yeah.
that what that is? I
Fuck's
thought you were
sake.
tapping on the table or something.
No, it's okay. It's obviously just for the success of a nat 20 on a persuasion roll. It was absolutely
Yeah.
crucial.
I know, right?
Halloween.
Yeah, it's just this is the season for people to buy explosives. That's all it is. So
Such a true statement.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up to say.
yeah, people, right? People.
What a bunch of bastards.
So yeah, I think how is he going to handle this? How does he handle this? Because I know what he would be tempted to do. Okay, yeah, I think he will do that. So I need to be on the right layer. That would help. Visual teleports right in front of you.
Oh, hello.
Just dimension doors his way to your face, and just looks at you for like an uncomfortable length of time. And by that I mean
I
6 seconds.
I think obviously I'd be trying to hold eye contact, but you can still see that kind of like
Mhm.
I can't even hold my head up kind of thing.
And then kind of like crooks his neck in as he's like, as I said, almost like something feral taking you in, you know. And then you just hear the voice, slightly quieter this time because he's not, filling a room anymore. And he says, "Why would I wish the breach closed?" And then a second passes, and before you reply, he says, "When you know I was the one to open it."
What was the thing that came out the breach again? It was
A big thing? A big
The-
demony
yeah, the-
thing? Yeah.
the big demony thing.
Mhm.
Did we ever get the name of it?
No.
No.
Why would you ever research things as your character witnessed? Why? Like. So, yeah, I think he just waits on his answer. So, what is it you say back to him?
I'm just.
I am happy if you wish to take a brief timeout and confer with your team.
Yeah, cool. Time out. Guys,
Just before we carry on, sorry, I don't know whether it was intentional, but I've been removed from the turn order.
So the reason for that is because you were a giant ape. It's because the tokens keep the initiative, not you as a person.
Ah, okay.
So when the tokens get removed, that happens.
Okay.
So it was and wasn't intentional.
Okay.
What was your
I was on
initiative?
20. 20.
Let me add you in.
Thanks, buddy.
No
Sorry,
problemo.
didn't mean to interrupt. Just,
no, that's fine.
It's okay.
but yeah, so
You're on
Cromwell,
20.
go for it.
Yeah. So,
What I'll do is you can
I'm-
have your turn just after him. Make sure I don't move on to anybody else, right?
so what I was going to say was, I could say to him, it's like, well, your big, the big demon came through. Why would you still need it open? or I could try and be like, maybe we could offer something better.
I don't think you have anything he wants. The main thing is that you've been charged by Indra Lament that you cannot kill him and that you have to prevent us from killing him. So we're no threat to him at all.
The less he knows that,
but-
probably the better.
Yeah, the less he knows that, the better. But
Okay.
currently, he's asked like, why would I give it to you when why would I let you close it when you know it was me that opened it?
So he has a point.
Yeah. So
Why would you?
Yeah.
Right? So that's what he's. I think that's what Scott's saying.
Yeah.
So, party, help me answer that question.
Yeah.
In a
help
way
me
that
answer
doesn't-
that
So
question.
the trouble is that by saying that, you sort of you're directly diametrically opposed to his objectives. by
I
having said
understood
that.
some of those words.
Well, you're the opposite of what he wants to do.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
opened the gate, and now you want to close it. So why would he? Why would he? So the problem by saying it is that
I know. Yeah, it's like, why would he? But what answer could I say that won't come off as me being a smug prick, or have him like insta-give me?
well, with no possible threat to him. He's like, we're totally insignificant.
Like, well, I've got a theory. I don't think he's here by choice.
Yeah, but you made him angry by saying that last time, because that was the whole point of him getting angry when you mentioned Magna.
Well, that's the thing, is because when he woke up, he was like, "Oh, you're here."
The only possible thing is that his
So-
objective against Magna is our objective against Magna. In other words, he hates him, and we also hate him as
Oh
well.
my god, I was muted.
So what about if I say, what if I can find? It's like, if you're trapped, like, yeah. In fact, if I say to him, it's like, what if we can find a better offer for you?
Well, maybe don't talk about the abyss, because that's like so that just get rid of that.
What was your thoughts there, Shan? It seemed like you were annoyed that you were on mute.
Yeah, I was saying if like unforeseen consequences to what he's done, if he comes from somewhere or he cares about something and the hellholes have directly caused that place harm or those people harm, then he might go, oh shit, maybe I should close them. If we can learn the purpose as to why he opened them.
So
What
I think
if-
so. Like that last statement you said is probably the saving grace to me mocking his Vishal's clear charitable work that he has done across the realm.
Jesus.
Right.
Fuck it.
So says the giant metal man.
Dude. Look at him.
Was that big demon that came out substantial? Like, you feel like it
No,
was
we've-
drawn?
Yeah, we've not actually encountered it again, though.
Why do you think that
try
might
and
be, Crumbar?
say-
Or is it on Omen?
No. Let's rewind.
Right.
Okay. We're talking about the big thing that came through the breach.
Yep. Big scary ass demon.
Okay. Then what happened in that episode?
Then Janus got Vishal to do the boost.
Nope.
Then
None of that happened.
no, did Vishal not say to Janus?
That's
like,
different
"Yo,
from Janus getting Vishal to do the boost, though.
yeah, sorry,
Very
yeah,
different. In
yeah.
fact, that almost makes Janus very directly complicit by that definition, which it definitely didn't have such
Yeah,
a clear-cut
so-
view. But that's also not the thing I'm getting at, though, right? So Vishal vanishing from that scene doesn't do anything to the big guy.
Right.
What happened to the big guy? Arya, do you remember?
Yeah, he's in the fight with Gil.
Mm-hmm.
Gil, who's that?
There we go.
Oh.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Gil
Who's
is
Gil?
Gil is the son of the Great Gold Worm. Well, if we've not seen him again, that essentially would mean that Gil has defeated him,
Does it?
right?
Does it?
What? Sorry, that doesn't follow at all.
Or-
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah,
world's
because
big.
if we've not seen the big scary demon thing again,
Yeah, but just because you haven't seen something doesn't mean it's gone.
Yeah, where was the
I don't understand.
where was the breach,
reasoning,
man?
Sorry.
Mhm.
Like, are we not really far from it?
I mean, are we really
I-
far from it? You just don't know where you are just
I
now,
have
so that's
no
a
idea
question.
where we are, right? Like literally, we could open the door and be like,
Right, but that's off.
brilliant.
That's off track, though. Right, back
Oh.
to the part where Gil took on the big demon. Right?
Mm.
How did he do that? Teach the other people that weren't there, because remember, only you and Arya were there.
Oh yeah, well, Gil turned into a dragon.
Right.
Which is probably his true form because he is the son
Yeah.
of a freaking god, which also needs to be said.
Yep. Perfect. Yep.
Not necessarily any dragon could have done that. We don't know.
So,
And
what?
Was this big
he also
demon a
asked us
god?
to go get help. So
Yeah.
it didn't look like
He very specifically said what kind of help as well. He was very
my
specific.
God.
Aye. Yep.
How long ago was this?
Oh, I'll tell you in session titles,
Way
right?
too long because
So this is session
we have-
69, right? This is session 69. I just want to say that. And they left the Abyss. Session 15, I think.
So
And,
man's still
and
fighting.
and don't forget that there was like a month time lapse that it took us to leave the abyss.
It might actually have been like session 12 or some shit like that as well. Like
Mm.
it could have been so far back. Session like it's somewhere
otherwise
between
it's-
13, 14 and 15. Yeah.
Okay. So it's the sort of setup for the whole, the antagonism of the
Yeah.
right.
So
So, Alex, do you want to repeat what you said musingly there? Just for Scott's ears.
I don't remember.
but the fight's still going on.
There we go. Scott did hear it. Perfect.
Yeah, so man's been waiting for help for a while.
Yeah.
What has he learned? Don't trust Crumbar.
Never come back.
Hey, I'm not the only one in this party.
Yeah, but you're the only actual paladin of the Golden Order, though.
Reach was there as well at that time.
Where's Reach again? You lost him in the Dwarf Kingdom, right? So,
Yeah, but you know it doesn't all fall on you.
Details.
Anyway,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
okay,
it's like-
right. So big demon scary guy must have been some kind of god to fight a god, right?
so that's.
necessarily.
I was gonna say those are very big assumptions on both parts. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, right. Okay, so going off topic again, I think, right?
Yep,
So,
but it's good for the others to know what you've
Yeah.
actually witnessed with your
Yeah,
eyes to the
actually,
scale
yeah.
of how fucked the world is. Yes. Yep. And you're
So what we
sat
know
having
is-
lunch
so-
with people.
So what we know is Vishal opened the rift.
yes,
Okay. So second question, Janus for whatever reason let him do that. Yes.
Assuming he could have stopped it, right? But he is a god,
Assuming
so
he could
yeah.
have-
But yep.
assuming
well,
he could have stopped it, but he-
Janus gave Vishal the ability to leave.
Well, I think the question I seem to remember that Vishal said, "Do I have permission to leave?"
Mhm.
So he
Hmm.
gave him a permission to leave. That's
Yep.
slightly different.
Yeah.
And not just semantics.
No, it's cool.
Um,
It's important though. I do love my semantics. Does Arya and Crumbar remember why that would be important though? Because you just learned
Where-
that in the library when you studied the Abyss.
Oh shit.
hmm
Oh, that nobody's left from the abyss.
Well, that's also a
Oh,
bad thing. Most expeditions
no-
just don't come
nobody-
back.
Yeah, nobody returns from the abyss.
But more importantly, about what magic happens there and what doesn't happen there.
Something to do with teleportation. I'd imagine?
Exactly. Yep. And who is Janus?
Yeah, that wasn't supposed to be. And
the-
Janus is the god of transport, and he
You see,
allowed it.
it's almost like
Because we
Ryan wrote this at some point to make sense. At some point, you know, in the early days.
It's very confusing.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So then, but,
Mhm.
I mean, we don't have any idea what Vishal's motivation is at all,
Mm-mm.
apart from that he's allied with some sort of forces of, allowing a demon to
Hmm.
enter into combat with a great gold worm's son called Gil, who's presumably another dragon. I just don't understand what line of questioning we can give him. I think we should just leave. Try to. There's nothing we can ask him.
Yeah. Because like, how do you follow up that particular statement he gave you, Crombar? When you've went, we want the rod to close the abyssal breach. Cheers, buddy. And he's like, it's literally what you watched me do with it, though, was open it. Like,
I mean, the only possible thing is that, you know, it's not much of a contest just killing us all. Maybe you'll be more amused once we're slightly more experienced.
would you mind postponing?
Can you let us go power level?
Are you a fan of
Why-
shonen anime? Because we would like to come back at much higher levels.
So I guess I could just be. I guess I could just be honest and just say, like, I can't think of I can't think of any reason that I'm. You know.
Right.
even
Well,
if
let's
I
go.
want-
Let's go back in then. Right. I'll get rid of standby. Right. Let me just get rid of the standby message.
I think I've got an idea.
And we'll go
I think I've
back
got
in
an
and
idea.
we'll really get your new characters ready. So Vishal says, and
Done.
when you alone watch, or when you watched me open it, why would I let you have the rod to close it?
Honestly, I cannot think of a reason. But maybe there's something that you still need done that I could help you with.
And then he just tilts his head slightly, implying continue.
And like I'll just kind of like, you know, try and stand up a bit. And first it was like, and I'll just be like, I mean, first of all, I need to ask, where are we exactly?
He just stares at you. And he says, where you are is on a knife's edge. What could you possibly do for me that I could not achieve myself?
With type with Destoria, man. Get close to Magna.
I'm just gonna say it's like,
You got any pogs? Because I like pogs. We could get you some
Kill
rare
Magna.
pogs.
Let's all team up against it.
I'll
Headbutt.
just
Ask him what the capital of
Get-
Thailand is.
Get
Yeah!
us to teleport us all in, kill him, and then leave. See what happens.
And I say, maybe not me as an individual, but we have gathered some powerful allies over our travels.
He kind of
You
just
know,
laughs.
our-
He just
our
laughs
late-
as you say that, like, just, you know, to the point where you can clearly tell he won't hear you if you keep talking.
Yeah.
And then he says, through the laughter, he's like, your powerful allies have let you come here alone to claim something that you had no hope to grasp. And he just starts laughing again.
Yeah. In fact, actually, I don't think Indra Lament can be classed as an ally.
Like,
I
no one,
mean-
maybe. Ally, no.
Yeah, I mean, definitely wasn't meaning Indra.
Indra Lament.
Yeah, I mean, I was more on about Dwarf King and the white, and no, not the white,
The
the
Dragon
blue.
Lady.
You know, the blue being a big one.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be like, well, I'll just reply back. It's like, the one that sent us here, I wouldn't call an ally, but we have recently struck bargains with the blue.
He just laughs, like, his laugh moves from amused by this ridiculous situation he finds himself in to, you know, someone has just floored you with laughter levels, where he's, like, his actual hand goes to his stomach, and he says, the third child is no match for the second, and he just keeps laughing.
Is that a reference I'll know. I'm assuming it's something about the dragons.
Plagal. Wanna go, buddy?
I will have a go. So I've got a couple of questions, sort of slightly DM-ish. So Plagal, does he notice Riz? Is he lying on the floor, or is he just like sort of turned to stone and petrified?
No, he's just standing still.
Does he have his rod in his hand?
So are you talking about?
Excuse me.
Yeah, I was going to say yeah.
I
Like,
mean, it's
This is
Session
PG,
69,
buddy.
guys.
is this a different
So
question
does
about
he-
a different
does he
character, or
have-
is this
Does he have Nigeru in?
No,
is
it's
Nigeru in Ridge's hand?
Spear's probably on his
Never
back or
gonna
whatever?
help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on his back. Okay.
Mhm.
He doesn't know whether it's only him who can activate it, but presumably there is a word that. I suppose he's attuned to it, isn't he? Okay. The first thing is I've got to try and get to him. So.
Sounds like you're gonna steal my spear from that.
Just slowly rob you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Just get information from my. Okay, so the spear is the key.
So. I'm
Post-it
not strong
notes,
enough to
you know.
pick him up, so I'm going to have to basically use bonus action to convert sorcery points to then cast polymorph again. I think that's sort of if I got to pick him up. I suppose I could try and drag him, but I mean I've got a strength of 8.
Arya and Crumbar, if you check chat, Lord Eric is there.
Oh, dude.
So what am I going to do? First of all, I'm going to move closer to him.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to see whether I can. Would it be a free action to see whether I can lift him or not, or drag him?
I mean, it
To
would be like
test.
part of your move, I guess, would be to attempt it. Yeah, so I don't mind that.
Call it.
I mean, if you can open a door that's closed as part of your move, I don't see why you can't test if you can budge somebody, right? So
Yeah. So I'll see whether I can budge him because he's not that heavy. I mean, he's elvish, isn't he? He's not.
Oh, wow, here we go. Here's some private questions. Riz, how much do you weigh?
Wow. Wait.
I'm sorry to ask you a personal question.
Okay, so what is the end game you're trying to achieve? Because I'm getting lots of tester questions
Okay,
here.
so what I want to do is pick him up and try and get him out of the way as quickly as possible.
Okay, so let's just look at your spell list.
So in terms of spells, I can convert 6 sorcery points. I think it's 6 to regain a 4th level spell as a bonus action, and then cast a 4th level spell as my action, which is polymorph, back into a giant ape.
If you've got those points to convert, yeah, you do indeed. You can do it.
Yeah. So I've got all of them. Obviously, I'll use most of them to have to do that.
So my question to you is then, do you think casting a spell behind someone's back, and I use air
It's the
quotes
best.
behind someone's back because obviously every D&D has omnidirectional
Yeah.
vision. So, do
I
you think
think
that'd be
it-
a good idea, or
No.
would you perhaps want to open a dialogue and say, "Do you mind if we recover our friend?"
Yeah. So I think I will do that. So I'll say, how will I address him? Lord Vishal.
And then he just laughing, turns round and looks back, and he says,
And
"Sorcerer."
I nod politely. Would you give me permission to attend to my companion, Riz?
And he kind of looks at Riz. What's Riz's eyes saying?
Super aware, darting everywhere.
And then Vishal looks at you again, Plagal, and then turns to Crumbar and says, "Take your friends and leave." And he just stares at you, Crumbar.
I'll just kind of.
And I'll nod at Crumbar, going, "Yes." now.
I'll just
Cast
kinda,
Skywrite. Fuck yes, please.
I'll just kind of stand up, probably like using Bastille as support, and I'll just kind of like bow my head and just be like, "We will leave at once," and turn around to walk away, like back towards like the door that we came in. So like that way.
Cool. So we'll get to you in a second then. So Plagal, what do you want to do with that?
Well, first of all, can I lift him? If I can't lift him, I'll just say, guys, could do with a hand here. I'll start trying to drag him.
I think Vishal just
Gently.
takes a step to the side to facilitate the get your shit and get out.
So I can't move Riz's token.
Right.
But
Okay. Better idea. You can't move.
Like literally, if two people go up, you can just move him out.
As a
Right.
person, your athletics, damn it. I mean, Bastille, do you want to go up because I'm fucked?
I'm going to use my movement to move away because I can't lift him, so I'm going to have to move away.
Walks up,
No,
looks at the spear, thinks about stealing it, walks away.
I think
That's
I think-
6.
I think Shan was just going to come up and help you.
Keep in mind you could dash if you wanted to move more, Plagal. So
I will in that case. Yeah.
yeah,
I
may as
mean,
well while you
'cause-
can.
So 1. Oh, where have I gone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There you go.
What are you moving out of the way of, though? There's
He's
something there.
he's leaving.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
He said, "Get out." We're getting out. I'm dashing out.
Are you not waiting so two people can just carry Riz?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's,
like-
it's not
No.
your go. It's when in your go you can carry him out, but I can't carry him. So
When
there's
it's
no
my
point.
turn, I'll be one person still.
Yeah, but one person's fine to carry an elf. You're like a massive Warforged character, aren't you?
We'll see.
Hides bandy arms in big plate mail. You know.
So we found like a twig man.
I mean, I'll come up and help you, Shan.
It's like the structure of an umbrella. You know, it looks big when deployed, but it's actually made of really thin bars.
I don't have any.
I'm-
We'll see. A little bit, actually. But we'll see.
So I'm using my action to dash out.
Okay. You're like, well, I'm away. Yep.
I'm not helping there anyway. I'll just get in the way.
Yeah. Right, so if that's the case, obviously we've had his go pretty much. Arya, what's the plan? You're no longer dodging.
Get the fuck out.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I would want. I'm just trying to figure out the mechanics of not leaving Riz there.
I mean, literally, Crumbar and Bastille are both
Yeah,
still
it's-
there. So, like,
It's cool.
you know,
Okay, they'll get him.
this is when everybody just leaves and expects you to deal
Well,
with
that's
it.
why I
Riz?
left because I know that they'll get him.
Yeah, I'll be doing the thing. I'm gonna be like,
I really
you
want
know,
to make a.
I'll give him like a bit of a nod, kind of like, almost like nice seeing you, but very shy. I do not want to have to deal with that, and I will back the fuck off as well.
Yep.
And I give a nod to those two, and then point towards Riz, kind of like, you deal with that. So,
Big leader action, I like it. You're gonna dash as well?
yeah,
How's
so.
that?
Yes, if dashing was something I'll do.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, in that case, 1 second.
It's 12 spaces, I think. Got. One will do.
I'm here then. Yeah, that should be it, I think. Okay, I'm not gonna do anything, because I am not crazy.
Cool. Right. Bastiel.
Yep. I'll sigh and I'll say, Riz, I'm sorry about this. Whole dignity.
Are you saying that from where you're standing, or are you gonna move and say it to him?
Yeah. I'm walking up and I'm saying it on the way.
I just thought you were saying it to, like, good old Vishal, being like, I don't care. Like,
Yeah. Then I'm gonna kneel down and
Like
you'd expect a medic too. It'll look like I'm examining him and seeing what I can do about this affliction. But what I'm really gonna do is I'll take Riz's left hand.
Oh, you bastard!
Oh my god.
What's happening? Get off me.
Oh,
My eyes are like
God.
darting
Oh
around.
my God,
Sean,
what the
think
fuck
about
is-
what you're doing.
Oh my God.
Oh, God. No. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. Just the legs. No, I'll kind of say. I mean, this isn't anything I can cure. Maybe you can, or she. And I'll tell him. I'll say, focus, make a pact, and I'll press the back of his left hand against his forehead.
Just like stop hitting yourself style, just holds up to.
Calm
Okay,
yourself.
right, so you did that, and then I guess that's it because you've used your action to move that far, I guess, so yeah.
That's fine. Oh yeah, my dash. Yeah.
Yup. Right, Bella just goes, whew! Okie dokie. And then just kind of does that very large steps in a big circle and then just decides to, move all the way there. Which is her taking a dash and leaving. She does most of that by walking backwards, not really taking her eye off the situation. Because, yeah. Until she gets up to, like, Arya and then just keeps walking. So. Yeah. Riz!
Alright, I want to make a con save.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
And where are we? Let me go get all the stats again for it. So DC 18, yeah, and it was
Mhm.
can be repeated saving throw at the end of each of its turns. So let's give it a go, boyo.
Would have been nice for an aid there, Bastiel, but alright.
I don't have anything for that.
Just touching himself.
I mean, you've got inspiration. Don't forget that.
True.
I won't waste it. I don't think I'll waste it.
I won't waste it.
I
Not on something so
I think
mundane.
we're- I think
I
we're
could be
good.
carried
I
out.
think we're
Look at that.
Oh,
We're
Oh,
bam.
my God.
Oh, yes.
Amazing.
So clearly Bastiel's plan worked like a charm. As far as he's concerned, yeah.
Yeah.
key to a lock. You are favoured.
Oh dear. Yep. Right.
Yeah, this has made Bastiel believe that he's in the right.
Yep.
Actually, I've trained my mind for years, I'll have you know. But,
Right. Okay.
Cool.
Yep. So Crumbar.
Can Bastille? In fact, no. Wait, Rez isn't paralyzed anymore. Yeah, good point. Yeah, I'll just
Can't kill
again.
that. It's like there's no spell for that. Oh, I don't have it at least.
Again, I'll just.
It's weird saying that, isn't it? Like there's no spell for that, even though that's like not a thing for paralysis. But like that's true for something, and that is a sad fact, right?
Yeah.
And, oh, there's no spell for that. What? But it's magic.
Yeah.
2 seconds. I just need to double check how I'm.
Do you say anything before you leave?
Yeah, will be. I'm just
Mhm.
trying to check to see how my weapon,
Careful,
my
careful.
movement works.
Oh,
Right,
also, Lord Eric, if you are still listening, Crumbar broke a bit of your hammer. Just, coincidentally during an episode.
I broke a few bits, bro. I'm sorry. I'll just say, I'll just like, thank you, Vishal, for letting us leave, and I'll just kind of bow as best I can and eat.
Like as you're walking away, the
Mhm.
the words as you part. He says, "We do not need to remain enemies." As you're just walking away, those words just find your ears. And then, you walk your distance away for
Yeah.
dramatic effect.
Because I was gonna say, it's like, can I still say something back to that?
Don't know, do you want to stop halfway from where you are and do the over the shoulder? We were never enemies.
the sexy,
And,
like,
yeah.
I'll be like,
We were never enemies. No.
L'Oreal. The hair.
Yep.
I'll just say it. I was like, we should sit. When the time is right, then we should sit down and discuss this, and just walk off. Because now is definitely not the time, because my ass be kicked.
You could ask him how we can contact him. Just saying.
I just ask Indra Lament, it's fine.
You literally asked me that after I walk away.
Right, that's you anyway, right? We're bam.
Yeah, that'll be me.
If that is the case, now what I'm looking at though is...
I mean, you
is,
could ask.
Is this the part where you're leaving though? Or are... Because
So-
we can just scrap the turn order at that point, I mean.
Plague will want to just have a final word if he overheard.
No,
what-
that was for Crumbar's ears only.
Okay, so
Yep.
he can't hear
Yep.
it.
It was
Yeah.
in his brain.
For Crumbar's ears only.
Yeah. Think of it more like the message cantrip, if you will. You know? Where it was just for him.
Jesus.
Such a good thing that for like a minute or so I just didn't listen because I was like, lying. So as far as Arya is concerned, that definitely was private because
Yep, there you go.
no clue.
So, Plagle, what do you want to do? Wanna just...
I'm going to have a good look round the room before I leave, but I am
see.
dashing out, and just to try and memorise as much detail and information as I possibly can about.
Roll a
what's
preemptive history check.
happening. Okay. I love that. That's really funny.
That's the best I got humour-wise, guys. That's my one joke tonight. There you go.
Natural 20.
There you go, buddy. I would say that if you want to recall like a specific detail about this room, just remind me of this moment, okay?
Okay.
Write that in a note somewhere.
Yeah, I'm going to photograph the natural 20.
So yeah, there you go. That's reasonable, right? If you want to like imprint something to future history checks, yeah. So
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's sort of taking note of the stone or the shape of something. Just if
Yeah.
I come across it elsewhere, then
Mhm.
obviously I can't get information in a normal way.
yeah.
So I'll just sort of mutter under my breath. Oh, I wish I knew where we were and stop.
Yep. Is everybody else just going to make their way out now? Or can we
Yeah.
dispense with the turn
Yeah.
order? Right.
Yeah, I think so.
That's probably for the best, right?
Yeah.
Let me
I
just
think-
let me delete the turn order so that we fully have committed to that. Okay then. So everybody leaves, and I guess we'll go back to the other map.
Fuck, I wanted to sit in this chair.
Yeah.
I once
mean-
did that at university and got really badly told off. It was the principal's chair.
And
Wow.
Anyway,
where am I going to? I keep trying to do it on the stream one. So let's just move everybody in a wee group just outside the doors.
Cool.
And also halfway up a wall apparently.
I'll just say to Ars, well, that went well.
I was going to say, like, as you are walking out, that's pretty much almost exactly what R said. Because, well, that was tense.
I thought it went pretty well, actually. I mean, we survived.
They kind of look at
Just-
you and, like, you know, slowly raise the apple that they've got half eaten up to their lips and just crunch slowly down on it. And go, oh. Mouthful of apple. Eyes huge, you know.
Is the door closed behind us?
No.
We'll close the door behind us.
Both sets of doors, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool, yep. Yeah, you can spend time closing the doors.
We said he said we're allowed to leave. Is this us leaving, or do we need to go further?
Who are you asking?
I'll ask Ars. Ars.
I think Arse is looks and goes, what? They say
He
over
allowed
their
us to
apple.
leave. Like his presence, but I think he meant.
She kind of like
this
nods and
elsewhere.
goes, yeah, that was probably for the best, otherwise, oh, yeesh. And
Well, I
she
know.
kind of, they just kind of tilt their head to the side like, eek.
I know, but we don't really know where we are at the moment.
They just say with
You're
like
not
a
going
kind
to
of,
tell us, are you?
and they look at you, and they kind of look at you like with a bit of like sorrow in their eyes, and they go, I'm not meant to interfere. Even this dialogue is interfering. I'm not meant to do that. So, you know,
So
And-
why are you here then, apart
You
from
meant
just to
to
keep an eye on that artifact?
the apples.
Okay.
You're here for the apples.
Not here, but you know, here, and they vaguely gesture around.
Speaking of which, we have to leave. You coming with us?
Kind of like tilt their head side to side. Probably.
How do we get out of here?
I'm guessing through the other door, but do we want to take a short rest or a long rest?
Here? Jesus,
Not
no.
here. Not
Yeah,
here.
we're-
No,
Oh,
no,
no.
no, no, no.
Need to get the
You're
Of
up,
all
isn't it?
places, Scott. Of all places.
way.
I
It's a
said
lead.
okay, fine. Then let's head towards over that door.
Yes.
All I'm saying is if we go through this door and then it's like, oh look, a ravaging pack of Benjamins.
Yeah.
No,
I
you
wanna
just
know.
walk into the
Look up-
throne room again. It's just the other side of it.
We said that we would leave, and we have to leave.
We've left.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This is our home now. We live here.
Just,
What more do you need? Fire and water.
I mean,
Yeah.
all the leaves around here are dead.
Mhm.
I just don't think we should stay here. I think it's folly
Yeah,
in the
that's true.
extreme.
There's
That's
no
my opinion.
necromantic there, though.
So what do you
I
do?
want to detect magic.
I'll abide by the party's wishes, but I think it's silly to stay here.
Okay.
We go
Right.
rail.
Who's for staying? Who's for?
Keep it in character, guys. Keep it in character.
Okay.
Why break
I'll
it?
just
You know.
say- Okay, I'll just say, like, towards Plague, I'll be like, I am fucked. Or what the Orcish equivalent of fucked would be.
I think it's just
Yeah.
fucked. I think that's an Orcish
Yeah.
word.
Okay. I need to rest, even if for an hour.
Yeah,
Just-
I know.
yeah.
But we can probably rest. I look at Arse again. You're not going to tell us what's through that other door, are you?
And then they kind of turn around and go, honestly, I've never been through those doors.
Great. You're a fat lot of good, aren't you?
And they look down at themselves and they just like put a hand to their stomach and then look at an apple in their hand.
Well, how about somebody scouts ahead and sees what's through the door?
I will.
Because
Since I'm
Yeah.
the person who's sort of like so keen to get away,
Mhm.
I
Okay.
volunteer.
Good idea.
I'll be like, okay, Plagle, if you're willing to do that, the rest of us will wait by the fire.
All right. No props.
Yump. Crumber again, warmth.
I'll walk sort of carefully towards the other side, up the steps towards the other doors. Are they shut as well, or are they ajar?
I think
Yeah,
they're
so
doors, not jars.
they're big heavy doors like the other side, but yeah, they're all shut as well. So you can like heave ho them. Do you want to give me an athletics check and we'll see how well that goes?
Yeah, because I'm really good at that.
It's more about how long it'll take you on your own, don't worry.
Can I come with an assist?
It depends, did you want to do that before he was rolling?
Yeah.
You're kind of the resident scout.
Yeah, I'm sneaky.
So do you
Too
want to roll with
sneaky.
advantage because he's helping, or just normal
Yeah.
roll?
You'll roll with advantage if he's going to help you open a door, yeah.
Okay, so this is me rolling with advantage. 18. Good
Yeah,
lord.
he was actually worse.
Ridiculous.
He made it worse. It's like, after you? No, after you. No, after you. Polite elves. Yeah, like he's like opened the doors. Can he make deck saves?
Yeah. So where are we? Where's my sheet gone? Sorry.
I'll put up here it is a DC 12.
My saving throw's gone. Oh, there we go. 20.
Yeah. So yeah, you both managed to jump out of the way as you go to like heave the door open, the thing just like cracks from the hinges, the stone breaks, and the two massive segments of the door just like collapse towards you guys.
Oh wow! Okay,
And you just
so
like
we
literally
got
just
away.
you just literally like, jump out the way in time to have like this cloud of like dust and ash kick up in front of you, so then you just have that scene of you two coughing as the dust settles, and you're just looking out into like what looks like ruins of a city.
ruins.
Ruins. Yeah.
Okay. I'll then head. I'll just have a little peek outside what's left of the place where the door was. In other words, now the archway.
While that's happening
Sort
as
of
well.
cough a little bit.
While that's happening as well for you guys, I assume did everybody else go to the fire, or was it just Crumbler?
I like fire. Arse is with me.
So, Bastiel, I'm gonna just move John Drabell over because yeah, why not?
I would just want to have a rest wherever they choose. I'll sit down and rest.
Okay, and Arya.
Everybody else is. I realized I couldn't move because I was watching the stream and not the actual game.
Okay, so are you resting with everybody, or are you going to follow up on the fact that a door's collapsed on 2 of your friends?
Oh shit. Yes, I will go to where the collapsed door is because that is bad.
Okay,
That is
so
bad. They're here, right?
I'll put all yous over there then.
Or-
So,
Mhm.
as that's happening, right, you head over that
Oh,
way.
that door.
Ars turns to you, Crombar, and just like nudges you, and then smiles cheekily and like hands an apple to you.
I'll just take it and I'll be like, Are you sure?
And then they'll look at you and you go, "No, but they're good. You'll feel better." And you just smile, really kind of pleasantly. at you.
I just smile back and I'll be like, "This is greatly appreciated, thank you," and just like munch like the utter fuck out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it tastes like a good apple, right? It's just an apple, so yeah. Right. So, what are you guys doing in the former door place,
We'll just have a quick peek outside first of all.
Yeah.
as I described?
The ruined city, you say?
Yep.
Like an old
Okay.
Ruined city, as I said, looks like it's snowing.
Snowing.
Ooh, cool.
Do we sense any movement outside?
Define movement, so I can answer that
Are
question.
there wild animals? Are there leaves? Is there wind? Is there any breeze?
So
Any
the move.
kinetic energy.
Are there stars in the sky?
So, it is dark, right? Hence the fact that there's a big fire lighting the place, and the sky is covered in cloud, so you can't see through the cloud, right? But it's all grey. What else on those questions? As for movement, obviously the idea that it looks like it's snowing would imply movement, so I think that's covered. And Johnny's, I mean, it's up to you. Do you want to roll perception to see if you can spot anything in the city moving?
Yeah, I just want to see whether they're like
Yeah.
normal animals and.
Yeah, give me a
Sort of
perception. We'll see how it goes as you scan the visuals. Yeah,
Good lord, another 20. What's
Uh,
going on?
absolutely nothing.
Okay. I'd probably then deduce that it's safe. And I'll just say to the others, well, actually looks pretty safe here, so we could rest here if you want. It depends whether you want to or not. It's a bit creepy, though.
Is there anything recognizable in the ruins? Like, is this city famous, lost?
I don't know. I think we'd need
Etc.
to rest here for a bit and then venture outwards, but
There's
I
nothing to
suspect-
like. So for Riz to like to answer that question a bit, there's very little to go on from where you are. So yeah, he's
Okay.
like Plague's 100% on that. Like, if you maybe actually like explored closely to like try and see parts that weren't so trashed, then
Mhm.
maybe. Just gonna paste a gift totally unrelated to anything, by the way, guys. Just saying.
Oh my god, don't.
Just saying,
Yeah.
it's unrelated to everything. Don't worry about it.
If we're safe here just now, I say long rest here because there's a
All
fire.
right, yeah.
well, we're definitely keeping watch, that's for sure.
Oh yeah,
Vishal walks back in with Tesco bags. Like,
like
Yeah.
motherfuckers,
did
I
you bring
told
the
you to
pennies?
leave.
My
Other-
house.
other supermarkets are available.
There is no obvious exit, right? As of right now, so
You mean the open air courtyard user in?
The open air courtyard.
Yeah.
It's there.
yeah. So
Like, you could literally just leave. You could just walk through the doors out of this place.
yes, I think we should do that.
I think we should also do that.
Okay, so go out into the
Fucker
room.
the fuck off as far away from
Hmm.
him as
Yes.
possible.
Exactly.
She speaks the
Go
true
out.
true. Yes.
Yes.
But the
All right, Clay
fire.
Atlas.
In my case, I censored
Yeah.
myself because I could have used a lot more swear words in that sentence than I did.
Okay, so do you want to go out of here and then take a long rest in the city?
I don't know. We don't know what's in the
No.
city yet.
I want to long rest here outside of the snow with the fire. Just chill.
So you want to long rest, in a room next to where Vishal is?
Yes,
Yes.
because we filled the room.
We left him, and then I guarantee you he just went back to sleep in his stone
Yeah.
because reasons.
I don't tempt like Ryan, man. He's gonna make me shout come out.
There's
Personally-
literally 0 ways I can be tempted. If I've got an idea, it's in my brain already. I'm sorry. Like,
Plagal
good.
just thinks this is a really, really bad idea.
It's a
But-
chance.
well,
the
right
rest of the
here,
party
guys.
agreed
Let's.
to it.
Why don't we have a conversation in the game as the people, and we'll
That's
try
what
that.
I'm doing.
That's not what everybody's doing. Everybody's talking about
Okay.
Ryan and the DM, and you know.
Right, okay.
So yeah, you've
We
seen, you've
have
tried. You've,
meta
I was gonna say you've tried to hit me with that one before, Dominic. You need to read the room sometimes. Sometimes nobody's talking to anybody.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Well, Plagal's very much concerned of staying in a room adjacent to a thing that basically sort of killed one of the members of the party.
Yeah.
It's that to my mind is not leaving. We're not honouring his.
Yeah.
We're not honouring his word, and that is my.
And in
feeling.
terms of
That's all I'm gonna
structures,
say.
you're right. This is still part of that structure. If that's like a vibe that would alter people's opinions, where he was clearly in
That's
some, yeah.
Plagal's.
Mhm.
That's his thing, and then he'll just shut
Okay.
up after that.
Yeah. Well, in response to that, Bastiel's thinking like, you've been ping ponged around by the gods a little less than us, I would posit, and I can tell you right now, if he wanted to kill us with murderous intent out of malice, we wouldn't be alive right now. We've made a reasonable pact with him. We've disarmed ourselves. There's no aggression here. If he wishes for us to be dead, we will die. That's how it is.
Yes, that's what I'm worried about.
This is
We
done.
haven't left.
This is out of our hands.
We haven't left his building.
This place is of no consequence to him. He was sealed away, and we have returned him to his rest.
Plagal at this is going to go out of the gate and leave the building.
So yeah, so you started off, right? So I'll pop you over just to the side.
Hi, bro.
Bye.
Anybody else going with him?
Fuck.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to.
Yeah,
He's a
keep
thin
it.
elf. He's so thinly.
Stupid, sexy elf.
All right, I'll go. I'll just walk with him. I'll go with him. Just to be some sort of support.
I mean, I'm not storming off, but I just think it's the most stupid idea I've ever heard, and so that's why I'm leaving.
I mean, stupid ideas are what I do best, bro.
No, I mean that's just him. He's shit scared. I think probably.
Yeah, I think it's fair, right? Like the idea that your fear has made you be like resolute and we need to leave. We've not left enough. There's more leaving we can do. Yeah, that's fair. Right. So as that happens, what's the rest of the party doing? Right, as you see, like Plagal leave and wander off into the abandoned city.
I'll just,
I mean, I'm not wandering off into the abandoned city. I'm standing outside the gate.
I'll just turn to Bastille and say to him, I was like, maybe we should stick together. I have a feeling that they'll be in danger without us.
Oof. I'm running low on materials. I don't think I can bring you back again. Not without great sacrifice. We should be careful and move cautiously. There could be anything in that city. Dragons roost in dormant places.
True. But let's just rest outside these gates. I'm sure it'll be safe enough.
Lead the way.
Yep, and then I'll just kind of stomp over towards him. Boopy, 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 boop. And then, like, as I'm leaving, I'll just turn around to Arse and Bella and just be like, he's coming along as well?
And then Arse just looks at you and like winks and finger guns from the hip. And it's like,
I love them so
like,
much.
while you got that on your back, you'll have me at your side.
Good, means I'll never get lonely.
That's not true. And then they stop themselves going into a list.
Anyway, I'm just going to yeet myself over to here because we're just going to move across.
Bella just looks at the fire longingly, and then looks at the group leaving, and looks back at the doors up at where Vishal was, and just goes, "Fuck," and then I guess eventually follows on.
Is this whole little bit like completely unruined, pristine, and then the city's dust and rot?
No, because like all those statues and stuff are all worn down and stuff as well. Like, yeah, this is clearly abandoned too. even though it's not.
Oh, okay. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Let me just check something.
Okay.
What you checking, bro?
Okay, it's only an action. Alright. If we're doing a long rest, I'll cast Stone Shape.
I mean, we're not long resting yet. That's the thing. Everybody's leaving. So.
Just before that,
Okay.
it's only a quick little move.
Okay.
Yeah, cast action. Stone Shape on the fire.
Right.
Clickety click. So,
Why
you know,
you Why are you casting it on the fire?
on the holder, the fire holder thing.
Oh,
Right. So that's a big metal thing. That's not made of stone. The
Right.
ground underneath it's stone, though.
Oh, I'll go fabricate instead then if it's metal.
Sure. Yeah. What's the
That
plan?
takes 10 minutes, but I'll do it.
Okay.
Just because the power of it. And I want to take the fire and house it into a two-handed warhammer, and I want the slits housing the flame to cast a deep, penumbra, deep slashes of shadow in the ground.
I see. So,
For Riz.
where's who's left?
Yeah, it's my hammer, but
Okay.
he's shadow teleport.
Right. So you want to make a hammer that's also going to be burning you. Yeah.
It's like a torch in the top.
I mean, if you're going to make the whole thing out of the metal of the, I think it's probably all going to be hot, though, right?
Okay. I have fire resistance and stuff though,
Yeah.
all of that. Oh, okay. So I'll mix some of the stone from the step.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to throw anything in there that maybe gives you some kind of grip, like something leathery, maybe? So there's actually not just if you make a handle out of stone and you hit a hammer with a metal head against something, it's gonna break the handle, right?
That's true.
So yeah, I'm gonna work with you on fabricate if I can, but I mean, let's not just have you burn your hands and then you go, how do I build?
Can I
And you're just Peter Dinklage from that movie, Endgame.
Yeah.
Or Infinite War. Sorry, it was Infinite War.
Can I strip the the foliage and desiccate it into fibers that
No, it's not. Everything's dead.
ice and wrap
Yeah, as soon as you go to touch any of the plants, they crumble to dust. Everything's dead,
dust?
as I described. Yep, nothing's living here. Another map
Alright.
makes it look a lot greener than it is, but it's not.
Yeah. I'll sacrifice my water skin. The
Yeah.
leather from my water
Yeah.
skin.
Sure.
I don't need that.
Yeah, that's fine. That'll work. That gives you something like a handle for the metal. Yeah. Right. Do you wanna throw in fabricate?
Yeah, done.
I don't see it. Does anybody else see it?
no.
Okay, it's
Oh,
not just
sorry,
me.
my connection's disconnected. From the laptop.
Ah, it's okay. That happens. It happens to us all.
Oh,
That's why I asked that question.
Just click apply fix. No troubleshooter.
Also, this is one of these sessions where all my other players would be like, "Oh, Ryan's activity is roll 20 powers so that he avoids a TPK."
Oops.
Given how high the rolls have been.
Come
Oh my
on.
God, they've
Yeah,
got
I'm not gonna
so
lie.
silly
I am
20s.
quite happy about that.
I mean, look at that. 20, 20, 23, 18, 21, 19,
That's crazy.
22.
It's actually
They're hacking,
disgusting.
guys. Everyone's hacking.
Even roll 20, I was like, we don't want to see them die here. Let's just, we'll give them this one,
Yeah.
The fates of roll 20 are
Yep.
like, your time
It's
is
like-
not yet.
There's 3,000 hours on this. Server.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that they still survive. We want it to keep.
Yep. Mhm. Keep the game
How
going.
many,
There we
how
go.
many hours is this game gone for now?
Do the maths. That's if you imagine, say, roughly 4 hours a session, or 3.5 if you want to be.
9 times 4.
Did it go?
Let's say 69 times 3.
270. No, that can't be right.
Yeah. We'll round down to 240.
Yeah, 276 hours.
It's crazy. Crazy.
Wow.
Right. So,
11 days.
let's see.
Wow.
Blah, 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 blah,
Over a
blah,
week
blah,
of battle.
blah. And you
11
want
and a half days.
a Warhammer that has, space for fire in the head of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Dowels of stone, spiraling stones for shock absorption. Yeah,
Sure, yeah.
and it casts like long, deep, dark lines of shadows.
I mean, I feel like that just depends on how good the fire is inside it, right? Or
Yeah, yeah.
how many pixies you've crammed in it.
Yeah, I'll work on that. I'll get a good light source for it.
But yeah, basically this is the equivalent of like a really fancy tea light candle holder, but as a
Yes.
warhammer is what you're wanting.
Lantern.
Yeah. I'm picking up big. Was it lamp lighter energy from this weapon?
Yeah.
From the boys. So yeah.
Mhm.
I was trying to find a gif of him.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I don't think there is a gif of lamplighter, sadly.
No.
Maybe not on Discord at least. So yeah, you can do that. So what's everybody doing for 10 minutes as they don't have a Bastille? These are all just standing outside in like this place.
I'll see if there's any sort of like anything which looks as though it could be shelterable from the elements. If there's any sort of like freestanding ceiling or something like that.
I mean,
Somewhere to basically set up camp.
so
Yeah.
what you can see from like your glance of like outside of the courtyard doors at the top of like what looks like a mound that you're up against, with obviously all this kind of like debris and dust on the floor. It looks like this must have been, obviously there were steps up to this courtyard at one point, almost like an entrance to like a palace vibe. Not particularly high up though, right? Only like a couple of steps up. Kind of like vibes of Roman design, right? Just in terms of our ability to recollect, but not massive crazy staircases. Just probably huge wide stairs that are like 1 or 2 or 3. But yeah, so you are up that. As you're looking at onto, as I said, what looks like a destroyed city, and there's nothing that looks intact, nothing. But there are like things that have at least 2 or maybe 3 walls that are like better, but you'd need to go like exploring to find something good for like shelter.
Okay. I might. Is my little mouse still with me?
Yeah, it's in the pocket, right?
Cool. Yeah. So Scraps. I'll just send Scraps out within 100 feet, just so I can telepathically.
Cool. As soon as you put Scraps down, it like sinks into like the debris on the floor. Yep.
Come back, Scraps.
Yeah.
I'll put him in the pocket dimension if that's the case.
Yeah, like when you when you step down from like the top of this place, yeah, like you're wading through again. Looked like snow at first, but now you're seeing it's ash.
Oh, it's ash. Oh, so this is really old, and ash suggests it was destroyed by fire. So yeah, I mean, maybe just staying the steps is probably the best thing to do, actually. So we'll just like go to the side, maybe, just so we don't get the draft through the archway. And if there is a space there.
I was gonna say there isn't really a draft. Like as I said, there's just gentle snowfall, and by that I mean ashfall. Now that you have worked that out.
That's strange, isn't it? So ashfall.
Well, you asked earlier.
Yeah.
And I said snow like. I mean, like a session ago, and he goes, "Okay, so if it's snow, is there cold?" I'm like, "No, it's not cold." And he went, "Oh."
Well, that's very interesting. We're probably
So
in
does
the
it look
abyss.
like there's like an
We're
active
probably the
volcano
abyss that
nearby?
Michelle created.
No, like you have not seen any active volcanoes.
I think we should take this rest and just keep watch where we are, and then in the morning we can explore. I think Bastille's right that we should rest, definitely. So I'll just discuss with the party, just say to Sandra Bella and my companions, just that was a lucky escape. I think we were definitely on a knife edge there. I don't know why he let us go in a way, but for whatever reason he has, maybe there's something planned for us in the future. But in the moment, some of our party needs to rest. And Riz, how are you feeling? You were paralyzed there for a moment. I was really worried.
I'm a little hurt, but yeah, if we need to move on, I can do that too.
Okay. Well,
Dr. Bella just like her brow has been furrowed this entire time, and she just turns to Crumbar and says, "How are you feeling?"
And I just kind of still in that kind of arse kicked state, just kind of look up and I'll be like, not good.
You need to
Okay.
rest, my friend.
She looks
You're
at you
very
and goes,
brave in there.
well, she looks at you like with that angry look on her face as it kind of develops, and she says, "It'll get better so I can hit you, idiot."
And
And she just sits down.
I just kind of like smirk at that and just kind of falls to my arse and just be like, sit down time.
I
she-
think Dawn said that because she's like,
Mhm.
Yep.
She mutters
In
to
which
herself
case,
as well, like,
I-
I wipe the smile off your face, is what she mutters under her breath.
Plague will just sort of like keep his eyes open, just sort of searching using dark vision just to see whether there's anything he can spot and have a firebolt ready for any time, or sacred flame for any time.
Yeah, so like you're just taking
these
first watch,
spells hit.
basically.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Obviously, 10 minutes later, we get a Crumbar that appears. Sorry, not Crumbar, sorry, Bastille, I should say, that appears.
I was like, I'm here already.
Mhm. I'm going to allow this comment, apparently. Mhm. So, yeah. Well, Bastille, you reappear with a warhammer.
Ooh. Shiny thing.
Mm.
That looks
Sorry,
nice.
Thing is, though, like, we don't have him just now. He's, like, his phone's buggered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
so...
It's
What
like,
is
wow,
the...
dramatic pause?
Yep.
I guess I would just start setting up a tent.
Yeah, we'll rest
Yeah.
here then.
How are you
Setting
gonna...
up the tent
How are you gonna pitch said tent?
We should
in the sand.
just get the bedroll out.
I'm going to bother.
I
I'm
mean,
going to sit down and meditate.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So you're so you're not keeping first watch then?
Oh,
Well,
God.
I mean, I am. I mean, I
Yeah,
am
because,
fully
you
aware.
know.
Fully aware and alert.
Okay, so what's the plan?
Well, I think Plague's decided to keep first watch on his own.
Dondrabella Dondrabella's going to keep you company. She'll just like shimmy over to where you're sat and just sit there. She still looks grumpy as hell, but she's going to sit there.
It's fine. I just won't say anything to her.
Yeah, maybe it's for the best, given the vibe you're feeling.
Oh, I know.
And Arse is just standing awkwardly, not quite part of the circle, but like just outside it, just standing, like just staring off into the ruins, smiling kind of passively. Anyone else up to anything, or are we just gonna long rest until I believe someone said morning?
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Long
That's not
rest
gonna be
until
well.
we are no longer dead.
Yeah, 8 hours, I think, is the.
Well, like a staggered 8 hours, given that you want to have people take
Staggered.
watch. Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's just assume 12 hours pass and everybody can have a long rest. Yeah,
Okay.
Cool.
yeah, cool.
Yay!
Yep. Who was last in watch?
I don't even think I would have been able to do a watch without.
Probably
being
not.
broken
No,
I've
probably
been.
not.
No.
Like even Bastille, like would have been quite tired in this as well, which is a shame that he's not here to hear all this. But we'll deal with that. Make sure he long rests as well when he comes back, if we ever get him back.
Okay.
One would hope.
Yep. Okay. I am done.
So long rest is max hit points back, right?
Hit points are
Yeah.
back.
Hit
Yeah.
points and spell slots. Mind
Monks
tigers
care
and bears.
not about that.
The monks don't get spell slots at all.
I have a few spells.
No, monks don't get spells slots. They do get spell-like effects if you play a certain type of monk, but they use sorcery not sorcery points, but the equivalent
points.
monk key points.
Key
Yeah,
points.
yeah, same deal. So, yeah, you wake up. It's still overcast and grey, and still looks like it's the same as the time you went to sleep.
Does anybody get the feeling we're in hell?
I just kind of look about a wee bit.
I mean,
and
we've
just go,
been here before, so probably Crumbar and I would be able to get a feeling of whether we are back in,
The
the
abyss.
bad place.
was gonna say, Hell and the Abyss are two different places, by the way.
Mhm.
Aha, okay.
Like, the Abyss is the canyon where the breach into Hell was made. Those are very different places.
I am going to shoot up a gold light from the wand
Okay, yeah.
to see if we get any effect from it.
Yeah, you fire it up, and there's gold light in the sky. Yep.
That is all cool.
And I think, like, Arse looks at it and says, well, that's nice.
So, yeah, comes in handy sometimes. Waiting to see if we get a reply.
Who answers? They look at you, like, really quizzically.
Like, the Golden Order answer. And as I say that, I go, in fact, and you just see me turn shiny as my armor is re-equipped.
And at this, I'd just go, I think he just likes the colours.
Fuck
To
you.
Don Trabella.
Do you mean Arse?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay, yep. And then they kind of, like, nod and kind of smile. You know, like, that makes sense. It is pretty. Okay, you back with us, Best Tail?
Oh,
Hello.
That.
Yep,
what was that?
yep, don't worry.
Okay.
That was,
Little
my, that,
troubleshooting.
that was my 8th level spell slot to fix that. Don't worry, we're good. You're back.
I'll ask Crombar how he's feeling. How are you feeling? God. You're
And
well
you
rested, my friend.
You just kind of see me like give a big kind of like stretch and like hear my shoulders pop and my spine crack and I'll be like, I definitely feel more myself again. Yes.
Who did you feel before? Arse asks.
And I'll just look at it and go, someone weak.
Kind of narrows her eyes. He goes, okay. And like deep thought crosses Arse's face.
I'll just turn to Arya at this point and go, Arya, you're a druid. How about can you change yourself into a flappy thing?
I'm like, he's grown a second head. I'm like, excuse me?
You know, can you turn yourself into a and I'll do it like a bird whistle and flap and get my hands together like a flappy.
I very appreciate you didn't whistle though, thank you. I actually appreciate that.
Yeah, it's fine. I can't actually whistle anyway.
I'm also glad of this fact, because people who whistle on when people have headsets are
God.
they're the devil, in fact. So
Right. Oh, glad
And on that note,
he appears. So yeah, I'll say, can you change yourself into a form of bird?
However, polymorph myself into a bird?
Oh, well, I don't want you. No, I don't want you to waste. I thought you could change your shape as a druid.
Yes, but I've been trying very hard, but I can't figure out to, flight seems to be difficult.
Oh, I see. What you
just
mean.
out of my reach, you could say. Yeah.
Exactly.
I've got you. I've got you. I think I understand.
I'm working on it.
No, it's fine. I guess we should probably be on foot,
I'll
but
get there.
you know, yeah. Okay, well, maybe we should just explore and try and figure a way out of here.
Yes, absolutely. I don't like it here. I don't like us staying here.
So I'm just going to go up to Ars. I know what the reply will be. Cryptic and sort of like not forthcoming. But I'm going to ask anyway, and Pavel will just go up to Ars and say, good morning. And say, I suppose you can tell us a way out of here, can you? And I just like nod slightly more towards her, in case she can.
And like,
even just where we are.
and like Arse smiles and goes, "That's correct. Sorry."
Yeah, I thought so. And you probably can't tell us where we are either.
Kind of tilts up because that's what you just asked. You said, "I don't suppose you can tell us where we are, or are we out here?"
Or a way out.
Yeah. And just smiles,
Right.
just like passively and pleasantly at you.
Great. Well, you're a And I don't say the words this time because I don't want to offend her.
Okay.
And
then,
I just turn to Crumbar and
like,
just go.
say before you move away, right? They put a hand on your shoulder and just kind of like stare at you for like a couple of seconds, and then, like maybe when you look back at them, they say, "I am not here to help you. I am here to recover that." And she points just without looking at Crumbar's sword. It's like,
Yeah.
I am more than happy to accompany you until it is time, however. And just smiles really like pleasantly.
Well, folks, I think we've got ourselves a new companion. Yippee!
Well, no, because a companion implies that they're going to help us.
I mean,
Well, they'll
no.
help themselves.
Yeah, but then you look at what Crumbar's last few actions were, you know, minus the recovery today, and you think, companion, you say?
I'd be intrigued to see what Don Giovanna makes of ours. But
I mean, Don really hasn't interacted with us a lot. Like they've been suspicious of everything since they have been pulled here from a cloud realm that used to be a castle of tower stairs. It's been a very confusing time, and she was really happy when she was a bird. Weird that, right? They never talk over each other either, which is amazing.
It's really extraordinary. So I think.
Oh, I just got that.
Oh my god.
Shall we explore then, everybody? It's a fine day. I look out and it's not.
Yes.
Is there still ash falling?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a really, really bad feeling about this. I say a little bit like Leia, who's standing under a giant space worm.
I'll just say it's like, well, it can't be any worse than what we just went through with the shell.
Scrap says, "I'm not sure this ground is entirely stable."
I just look at it and go, the mouse can speak.
I was just doing a
I got
mimicry.
Oh, right.
But yeah, let's have a look around.
Yes, let's head in that direction, and I just point forward.
Might as well. Go whatever in the direction that Crumbar sort of said.
Yep. What's everybody else up to? Is everybody else following?
Yep.
Yeah.
These two alone? God, no.
Am I 10 minutes behind?
No, because there's been a long rest since then. You were tagged in it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Juicer.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
I was going to say I tagged in them, and I don't know if you've seen it or not, but yeah, go rested up and all that chisel.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
So you walk in with your weaponized candlelight holder. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, sweet. Okay.
Also, for a Lord Eric's benefit as well, where did their character sheet go? I'll just show that off again, just once, so that they can see this person. Wabam. There you go, that's for you, Eric. So, yeah. That is them.
Nice.
That's why they're called arse. Because it's shorter. They are indeed a short arse. Yep. So, yep, that's long enough. Anyway, so, just a question that came up in chat. So anyway, yes, you head off then. It's like an inverse Wizard of Oz vibe going on, isn't it? You know?
Yeah. But there's no yellow brick road.
There's an ash-filled road, and you're leaving the wizard.
Yeah. Definitely. I want to get as far away from that creepy guy as humanly possible.
Oh dear, that's funny.
So, like, if we just stepped into Silent Hill, because that's what it's feeling like.
Yeah, I suppose there are vibes of that, just given like the ashfall. Yeah.
Halloween.
Spooky.
Are there any markings on any of the buildings that we can see, or is it absolutely, totally sort of covered in ash and?
So, like, as you're walking down the steps, ash is up to your shins instantly with the first step, right? And then as you just keep walking, like, it goes up to like waist height easily on people. So like Dondrabella and anyone short, because I was thinking she's the shortest out of the group. Yeah, like it'll be like just lower than her neckline, basically. So you just have to like wade through this.
Wade.
Yeah.
Is there any way of getting out of the ash? I mean, sort of.
Yeah, like standing up on the occasional chunk of remaining building and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, because as I said, like there are like former structures kicking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then we'll try and stay on top of as much stuff as we can, as long as it doesn't look obviously it's about to crumble underneath us.
Yeah, like it's the usual type of vibe of like as soon as you go on like some of it, like you maybe kick off some of the stone that's not been dislodged yet, right? But then, you know, it's still stone after that, you know. So yeah, but the only problem is obviously that like not every building's connected, and obviously there's massive chunks of some missing and stuff. And as I said, mostly it's just you're lucky if there's more than one wall left, you know.
Anybody got a sort of stick or a
Repair
staff or something?
Who's got Repair City as a spell?
No, I just want to sort of like sort of dig, just stretch out to just sort of like make sure that the ground's a bit more stable in front of us. Does anybody have something like that?
Like a 10-foot pole.
Like exactly like a 10-foot pole.
I'll use the base of my spear for that.
Yeah, I was going
to
say
lead.
spear.
You need a.
Cool. I mean, we have to go pretty slowly because we're in difficult terrain anyway. So, yeah. Does there look to be any end to this city?
Not that you can see, because you can only see so far into the ash that's like billowing around. After a distance. Mostly because the graphics engine isn't powerful enough to render the whole place, so we had to put an ash field in so that the engine could. Yep.
So should we give it an hour and then discuss what to do next if there's no change?
Give the place a scan with his eyeballs, his holy eyeballs. Is this place hallowed, haunted?
Can whoever is keeping an eye out though for me before that happens, just roll perception, just in general. Whoever's specifically keeping an eye out. Who's it? Yeah. So if Riz is first.
Yeah.
Percept, please, buddy. Who's last, by the way? Who's last?
On what?
The caravan.
What do you mean?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll go last.
Or he's going to do like, kind of some kind of a musical style, clicking your fingers, walking in a line type,
Oh, that would be so awesome.
Just through the ash.
Go last. In case we get jumped, I'll be at the back.
Okay, so yeah, you got your 14 perception up front. Who's after Riz?
I'll go after Riz.
Okay,
I'll
right.
go after Plago.
So we've got a Riz, then a Plago. I'll try and spell it right this time. And then Crumbar. And then who's after Crumbar?
Probably me. I'll keep my eye on him.
Cool. Yep, Arya. And then Dondrabella, yep, I think she'll be next, yep. Big Dondrabella. Man, why have I just missed her name spelling? So Dondrobella. Man, I should have named her just something super simple. And then who's next? Bastiel?
Yeah. Last.
Okay, cool. So, that means that Arya, Dondrabella, and Bastiel can all see this really, really easily, and maybe Riz has caught this out of the side of his eye, maybe. But I imagine most people are looking forward, not backwards. But yeah, like, Arse seems to be able to just walk on the surface of the ash.
Oh. Oh my god. Does that mean she's a witch?
No, a duck. A duck. That's how
Alright,
that works out.
She weighs the same as a duck.
Monty Python indeed.
Either way, burn her for heresy against the Emperor.
Probably, yeah.
Angry Marines!
Right, so yeah.
Celestial, I go.
Well, I mean, didn't Crumbar say that last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to go up and just like poke her to see if it's like she's a ghost, and like my hand just goes through them.
There's an idea.
But I mean, they did give me an apple, so.
I love Crumbar's logic. It must be a ghost. Anyway, so you head off into this.
Be curious about this and try to figure out, what they are.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing I don't just get a spidey sense of they are natural, so
I
I'm just
mean,
gonna carry on.
I was gonna say unless you use the thing that actually give you answers, then I can't give you any, sadly. Yeah,
Don't have any.
but that's okay. So yeah, like as you are like marching through said piles of ash, and I'm assuming Riz, you're using your spear to like prod and poke and
Yeah, be cautious.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the camera just slowly zooms out, and it kind of then gives like a nice bird's eye view of just like the scale of the ruins that we're in, and we fade to break there because
Oh, by the way, if we're on break,
we're not yet, but we will be in a
I
second.
wanted to change
So
my spell list, but I can't because I obviously don't want the stone stuff and everything I chose to mess with the door on this fortress.
calm down just now. Don't worry, we can talk about that off cam. So I'll put us on break first. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, folks. See you then. Bye. Okay, so in theory, we should be back, I hope. I hope that is the case. Welcome back to the Keepers of the Golden Gate, session 69, part 2. The obligatory nice has been said. I am Ryan, the GM. It is the 30th of October 2020. Here are the players who are somehow still alive.
I'm Adrian. I play Arya Bluebird, the half-elf druid.
Hello, I'm Sean, and I play Bastiel, the Warforged cleric.
Hi, I'm Scott, and against everyone's thoughts, I am still playing Crumbar, the half-orc paladin.
I'm Dom. I play Plagueall, the elven sorcerer.
Yup.
And I'm Alex. I play Riz, the elven monk.
Something down to Bella. So...
And Arth.
And Arth. But I mean, Arth isn't exactly part of the party, you know. Dondrabella was officially, made part of the party.
Yay!
Because who doesn't love Grandma Dwarf? So, right. Yeah, I got your new screenshot, Shan, so I got your new list.
I just missed one pip. I accidentally pipped something I get anyway from my list, so I'll just send the new one real quick.
Oh my god, why? Why is this our lives, Shan?
Sorry.
That's okay.
Misclicked on one I always get.
Can I unpin
What?
that last one then?
Should I be worried?
It's just, I want spellcasters, if they change out their daily spell lists, to send me the new spell list, that's all.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That wasn't that exciting.
No.
Gang one because I'm evil.
Oh. Right, cool.
So-
Yeah. I like that you've kept Revivify on there. Is there ever going to be a time you don't prepare that when you're with Scott?
Never. Never.
It's like, well, that's an auto take forevermore now.
Yeah.
Oh dear, so good. Right, so yeah, how long he's gonna keep walking through Ash? I guess what he's on the lookout for.
So I think we've got to try and look for some sort of
some kind
way
of
out.
location marker, or
Yeah,
Place-
I'll raise my hand and I'll use detect magic myself, and I'll raise my hand for Crumbar. If I'll say, Crumbar, could you please inspect this land with your holy vision, which I don't seem to have even myself. Is
Sure.
it hallowed? Is it desecrated?
just. Sorry, what did you say there? Is it what?
Is it hallowed, desecrated, or a burial ground? Basically haunted.
And I'll just be like,
Excuse me.
and you just kind of see like my eyes glow gold. Nope, shit, wrong spell. And I'll just do a bit of that.
Crumber doesn't know if it's his hands or his eyes he's meant to be using for a split second. It's like death does weird things to you.
Like
So-
the cables haven't quite matched up.
Okay, right, let's deal with this. So we get detect magic up front. So, for the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. Obviously, everything from the party, right? I'm just not going to go into detail with that, but that makes sense. You can use your action to see faint aura of any visible creature or object that bears magic, and learn the skill of magic if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so obviously, within 30 feet, depending on how far in the air quote, what might be considered a street, which is just in between two ruins full of ash. Obviously, it just depends on what you're near, but yeah, there's nothing you're picking up on from detect magic beyond the party. As for divine sense, what do we get? So, as an action, blah 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 blah. Fiend, celestial, or undead. 60 feet. Obviously, I've mentioned before that Arth is celestial.
yeah.
So that's a thing. Everybody else, if you're a secret fiend, undead, or celestial, tell Crombar now.
No.
And then let's see what else we got going on in this one. There's no desecrated spell or hallowed spell nonsense. Yeah, but just a really, really bad vibe to the place. You know,
Oh,
that's it. Just the like, you know, back when you were in the courtyard and there were like dead plants everywhere. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, right. Like something fucked up happened here.
Yeah, that. Like, you know, lingering melancholy in the air.
Yeah, so it's. I'll just.
That's maybe because of the ash falling constantly, though.
Yeah, I'll just say I would be like, I'm not picking up. I can't sense anything evil, but this place doesn't feel good.
Hmm.
I see nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just sort of thinking about the way a city is laid out. You know, in terms of like a central marketplace. There was one, a temple. Obviously, there would have been one. We've just come out of one. But if there are any other sort of larger standing structures around us,
So no, there's nothing that like fills the horizon in terms of the like structures. It seems like everything's been kind of like affected by whatever floored most of it, right? Like yeah, the place
Well, should we
was
keep-
trashed thoroughly. I think it's the best vibe
Okay.
it gives.
So, Crumbar Bastille Ridge. Should we keep going for another hour of walking?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we could just safely say you've been walking an hour so far, right? I think is probably a safe vibe, right? And then
And there's still no end in sight.
what I mean is like you've walked up until you've had this. Let's go do our radar pings, and then you can walk like another hour if you want. Yeah.
So that was my question. Should we walk another hour?
What's the visibility like here? Because of the ash, I imagine it's
Not that
quite
far. Yeah.
disruptive.
Yeah. Like you can see like like a mile maybe less.
Aya, Mistress of the Flame. Might this be a weather condition Druid could perhaps have dominion over, or control? Could you make this ash disappear?
I'm a bit of a glare because he knows I am not the mistress of the flame.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I think
You
the whole
did.
time I was saying that, like, yeah. Got him.
Casts fireball anyway.
Too lazy. I might like conjure animals and attack him with puppies or whatever. Actually, he'd like that. Something not as sweet. I don't know. I'll think of it.
Spiders.
But it's just the idea. I don't know. I mean, there's not really anything I can do. I'm not the sort of like, oh, I go and fix things. I go and restore things. I mean, the only thing I could do is I could freaking burn this place to the ground, but it doesn't look like it needs that.
I put up my hand. I mean, it's a big cost to me, but I mean, I can have a look. I can fly.
If you don't want to drain yourself, I can climb something and have a look.
I don't think there's anything to
Technically,
climb,
Ruya can
Risk.
fly and tell me what she sees. Just saying.
Sorry,
Yeah,
repeat that.
that's good.
Oh yeah, what did you say?
Ruya can fly and tell me what she sees. Essentially,
Yeah.
Okay,
or not tell me, but you know what I mean.
just to get some perspective above. But the thing is that I think if it's all covered in cloud, I'm not sure. I think you need something that can go a bit further. And I mean, I can, but I'll have to go on my own. I mean, I don't have to go on my own, and I look slightly cautiously at Donjabella.
Who's like, just neck and head above the ash pile and goes, if you're going to suggest that I get wings again, looks around at the ash just at her like nose. I'm up for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
I've got ash in places a woman shouldn't have ash.
Oh, please, Donjabella, I say. And then I go, well, if the rest of the party agree, then, it's fun to go as a, be nice to have a companion. And I'll just say, so what did the rest of the party think?
How will you? We need Crumbar's flares. So, yeah. Basically, I was just scared that you won't be able to see us once you're up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. Anybody got some sort of pinging thing?
I have a torch.
I mean, you do have like firebolt, do you not? Right, like plague.
Yeah, I mean, I can cast firebolt. It's just that the question is where to track them back.
So you just have to like just
I could
randomly fire in
have
every
fire
direction.
as well.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hello.
Sorry, what did he say?
I can have fire on as well. I could have a ball of fire in my hand, essentially.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That would make you easier
That's
to spot
something.
me. Other way around. That would make me easier for you to spot
Mhm.
me.
Well, I
I
think that's
mean-
at the moment. This is our only option, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
Best
unless
car-
we just keep walking.
I'm just loving the fact that you're like, I'm angry at you calling me Mistress of the Flame, but I do have Firebolt.
Well,
Well-
that's a title
Mm,
that obviously does not belong to me.
no.
Tell you
Yes.
what, folks. Why don't we walk an extra hour, and then if at the end of that nothing happens, then I'll take Giant Eagle form with Don Jabella.
A small puff of ash as Rundabella exhales at the fact that she can have another hour of wading through this. But
Yeah, you can just go now.
One of those of us that are a bit, stronger could pick her up, carry her on their
Oh.
shoulders, that sort of thing. I don't know.
Oh,
Try
no.
asking her. I say.
I don't have a lot of strength, so Arya would not freaking offer.
No, I know, but
Anyway,
It could be a horse.
actually, that's
I
not such a
could.
bad idea. Oh yeah, transform yourself into a horse.
I was
I wanna
about
see it.
I mean, to be honest, because she's complaining and because I do feel bad for her, I probably would do it because why not? It makes her feel a bit better.
Noble.
So yeah,
I think we should
Oh.
do
I
that for
could
another
take
hour.
myself.
If you can
I
keep
think
your
I can
form
do
up
it
for an
for
hour.
2 hours at once. So let me just check.
So let's go for another hour and then see whether we get to the end of it, because that should be then 4 miles ish.
We got horse
I-
support.
Clicked the wrong thing.
Look at my horse. My horse is on the sorry.
God, that's way too much text. I'm really sorry, guys. I tried to expand
It
it.
burns.
Fine.
It does.
also, it wouldn't be like around 4 miles. It would be more like 2, maybe 3 if you're lucky, because of the fact that you're wading through ash.
Yeah, it's difficult terrain, isn't it?
Yeah.
Druid level. Rounded
Like, I feel like it's probably actually worse than difficult terrain, but like D&D gives me difficult terrain as a condition to work with, so that's what it is.
Asphyxiating and stuff.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll be a war horse.
Yay.
Put Rebella on me.
But,
So who's actually? I was gonna say, who's actually gonna ask her about any of this? Because nobody's broached that subject.
Okay. Yeah. I'll turn towards her and I'll say, well, if you would prefer to ride through this thing, I could always transform back into the war horse form.
She just,
I can't even remember if she was with us when we.
she just looks at you and she says, "I'll be fine. Don't worry about me." Like pulls up her
Arya
top a bit,
shrugs.
takes a scoop of ash out of her, cleavage. Just says vaguely, "Make a wish," blows it away.
I think let's go for another hour, and if at the end of that we haven't got anywhere, then it's bird form.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, anything come up in conversation during the next hour?
No, not really.
Anyone? Riz, Crumbar, Bastiel,
Where
Arya?
are we?
Are we there
I'm more
yet?
yeah, pretty
I'm
much.
still wondering why the fuck you let us go. Like, essentially.
Maybe you should bring that up.
That
I was gonna say maybe you should just bring that up vaguely, like as you're speaking to the, the air in general.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
That's a
I'll
good
probably
point,
say
Arya.
something on the sorts of like, I know how. I'll say, frankly, don't know what got into Vishal to be kind enough to let us leave. I mean, that's probably the last thing I expected from him.
Do you think he was being kind to us then?
Vague gesturings around.
What did he want from us?
Well,
He didn't ask for anything in return, did he?
no, but that doesn't mean he didn't want anything. The thing. Let's think about what made him angry at the first place, and it was a mention of a certain person, and don't mention the name now, in case he's put a ward in this. In case he's put some sort of weird thing on us.
Magnets! Who loves magnets?
Sure.
So I wonder whether that might have something to do with it. Maybe he's said that to us. Nobody asked whether he was trying to deceive us, and he could have been He could have been deceiving us. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. So either way, he let us go. He could have killed us.
I get the feeling we might pay for that either way still, but
Maybe,
yes.
but maybe if we met him another time, we might have a little bit more information. We are wandering from place to place with little direction, and frankly, I'm sort of at a bit of a loss as to what the reason.
Maybe
of
that's
where
it.
our quest is. I mean, I don't know, and I'm confused. There seems to be a lot of things that have happened in the past that have remained hidden up until now, and it's a confusing time, and I don't know what our next purpose is. Where should we be headed? For the first thing is we've got to find ourselves out of here. The sooner the
Yes,
better.
definitely.
I'll just say, like, kind of up in as well. It's like, I have a feeling that it will not be the last we'll see of Vishal, but I'll count this as a blessing just now, as he is way too powerful.
Yes.
But I think we're at a loss on how the hell we get out of here. I have no idea where this place even is.
Yes. I think
that's for sure.
as the party gets slightly more agitated about, like, we're just sort of wandering aimlessly, I think at this point, Plagal will go, "Come on, Don Jabella. It's time to get your wings on."
Plagal.
What?
I'll extend the Dusk Rose, the new hammer. See if you can light me up with the.
Oh, do you just want a
Firebolt.
little bit of firebolt on there?
Yeah.
Okay. And I cast firebolt.
Do you have a Presto instead, which is designed for starting fires, not attacking people?
Or I could just light, just press. Yeah.
Yeah, like there we are.
Also,
Yeah.
just out of curiosity, does my background as Wanderer help me at all in
Ooh.
this
Uh,
place that we are?
it means that
I
if
know
you
it's
were trying to
just
get back to
for
somewhere,
background
yeah,
geography, but I don't.
it just means that like the route you've taken should be in your mind, right? So, you went so many hours this way and so many hours that way, right? Like, so in theory, if you wanted somebody to get you back to, like, where Vishal was, for example, like where you started the steps,
Yeah,
you should,
afraid you might say something
because
like
you'd
that.
probably be the best one to get there.
That's a keen mind.
So, my friends, when we transform, what's our signal? You want me to create a thing in the clouds for us, or if there's what's our signal or shall I just come back straight back to you?
I mean,
What do you think?
so here's a out of game moment here. You'd need to go back because you can't cast spells as a bird,
That's true.
unless you were like holding a torch in like your claw, right? Legit though, like you've got an hour of a torch you
Yeah.
could hold in your one of your claws.
Yeah, and it's only an hour, but at least it's going to be a heck of a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Going 120 feet around.
Mm-hmm.
So what's that? 60 rounds? Is that? So 30 rounds forward, 30 rounds back, sort of thing.
Yeah. So you could do that, and that way you've got like an actual, reasonably bright light in the sky, or somebody could cast light on something, and then you could transform. Because that's probably safer than carrying fire.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably.
Who's got? So, I mean, we don't have any equipment though, because we left all our bedrolls and packs at the camp before we went to the castle.
Yeah, you left the camping stuff, yeah, but that's about it.
I have a bit of that stuff because I don't need it. So
Yeah, yeah, legit.
Okay. So what are you giving me?
What do you want?
Anything that somebody who can cast light.
Does guiding bolt count?
Not me.
Does nobody have light?
No,
Does
because
nobody have the
we've
light
all got
cantrip?
Darkvision.
Yeah.
What's the point having it?
I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
can't cast light, so
In that case, then I guess it's going to be the torch you carry then.
Okay, who's got the torch?
Everybody should have torches, right? Some people like. I think it's reasonable to
Oh,
assume
you
somebody has
know
a
what?
torch.
Actually, I
You know
do
what
have a
I've been
torch.
thinking of is
10.
it was Eric that could cast the light ball thing.
Yep, it was Eric that had dancing lights. They were like little storm
Uh,
clouds.
I'll say to Dondrabella. I'll say Alga. You know, the drift globe I gave her. That's the command word. Aye.
She looks at you. She goes, "What'd you call me?"
I'll tap the side of my goggles of night vision. The eye. You have the light.
I didn't bring that.
Fantastic.
I gave it to my grandson.
I'm sure he's enjoying that right now.
I hope so, because I'd need it.
In-
I'd enjoy it right now.
in
She
fact,
says, just as
Matthew,
his head above the ash.
Isn't your source just a big giant ball of light?
I don't know, Ryan. Is it? Or is it like? an
No,
entity?
it is
Give
not
it
an
to
effect.
somebody, though.
It is not an effect you can
Yeah,
benefit
quite
from.
figured. It's nothing useful.
Also, you haven't looked at it since you were in the clouds and opened and were empty.
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
Oh,
I'm going to
that's
just
a
carry
good
a
point.
torch, I think.
I think you don't really have any other option.
No, it's fine. So somebody can hold it out for me so my talons can
We tried.
get it, but that's fine. So, yeah, I
Mhm.
am going to use a bonus action to cast. Well, I don't think it's actually a bonus
No,
action, but
it's
I'm
an
gonna
action. But if you've got enough
twin.
time to, like, obviously, hit you in
So I'll
the
twin
Thunderbella.
polymorph. I just need to work out how many. I think it's just 3 sorcery points.
If it's a 4th level spell, no.
Oh, it's a 4th level spell. So
Polymorph.
hold a sec. Let me just double check. Is sorry. Great. Oh, where is it? Gone. Sorry. Spend a number of sorcery points. The spell's level. Yes, 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 4. Okay, so
Sorcerers, eh? Am I right? They're so good.
yeah. Meta magic.
Okay,
That's
so yeah,
spell. So
Yep.
I'm doing that. And
Pop
then
it
I'll
all
just
in.
go to
Yep.
spells. Did I go through? No, that's strange. I'll do that one. And then go into polymorph,
we're them. And we're
which is that one.
picking giant eagles again, I assume.
Yes, giant eagles again, because that's Dondrabella's favourite, and actually it's my favourite as well. So
It's pretty cool, right? Like, it's pretty cool
It
targeting
is
a giant
pretty cool.
eagle. Like, I mean, that was one of my plans when I got to polymorph. I was like, yep, giant eagle for life. That's it.
so
Lord
yeah,
of the
so I take a
Rings
little bit of
tells you.
caterpillar cocoon out, and I just give half of it to Dondrabella, and I eat the other half and wave my hands, and just sort of mumble a few words, culminating the word flappy, and then suddenly you see me transform, sort of Harry Potter-esque. It is an absolutely gorgeous giant golden eagle. I take the torch out of Bastiel's hand. I nod and just sort of wait for somebody to give me a little bit of room, and then nod at Dondrabella, and I head off, and I'll just circle around the party just a few feet above, waiting for Dondrabella to find me, and then we'll head in the same direction as the party is.
Yep. So she'll like linger just to like a couple of feet behind, just to kind of almost review,
Yeah.
And yeah, you can go off scouting. Do you want to give me a perception? Do you have giant eagle stats there, or
I do actually.
Good
Do you mind me rolling from D&D Beyond because it's easier?
is it not in Roll20? Didn't I give you an eagle?
I can do it in Roll20 if you want. I mean, it will put it into Roll20, but where are we?
Does it not give you one? No,
Giant
I feel like I gave you a giant eagle at some point.
I'm sure it did, but
What a generous gift.
if it was there, I
Yeah,
cannot find it.
Samesies.
Really weird.
Yeah, feel free to roll from wherever.
It's
Then.
just +2, so should have gone through. Oh, hello.
Okay.
Sorry, it's doing something really weird.
I mean, it came through.
Yeah, no, it's just. That's really weird. So I'm clicking on Roll20 and the whole thing's just gone very strange. I can't get out of the chat window. So I'm going to actually come out. Come back.
If you refresh the browser, it would fix it.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
Yeah. It should fix it. I could have sworn I gave you a giant eagle at some
Yeah, I
point.
thought so as well.
Yeah. Why is there no giant? Was there something that stops it needing stats? I feel like you've rolled.
Is this where you accidentally gave it?
Weird.
To
Anyway, I've got a
you
4,
heard the
so it's
power I
fine.
have?
Yeah. I've got a 4.
Eagle. No, I'm just gonna give just dump one onto the map just now because giant eagle.
Hashtag.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Are you gonna roll again because you get advantage? Hence why I give you these sheets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just roll again.
Okay. So it's 11. I'm also just gonna assign this to all players because more than one person can have polymorphs. So.
And I don't know what Dondrobella sees, but I'll just sort of like scan in the horizon, just see how far this city extends.
Yeah, you find obviously the higher up you go, the more difficult it gets to see. Like it's almost as if like the ash gets thicker the higher you go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna get rid of that now because that's been fine.
Why do I have a feeling that we're already all dead?
So, yeah, as I said, higher up you go, so you stay at like a reasonable height underneath like the thicker ash layer.
Yeah.
As you go, you go kind of so far, and then you get to the it's at least for them it's going to be like at least maybe another hour or two of trudging through the ash piles. The place is just absolutely trashed, right? Like there's nothing remaining above be lucky if there's something taller than 15 feet around.
Wow.
Yeah, it definitely looks like this was like a metropolis though, right? At one point, like there's clearly design from the height you've got. You can see down, and you can clearly see this is laid out like it was like a massive city.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
you eventually get to the edge, which is the massive cliff drop.
A cliff drop.
Yup. And that's where you and Dondrobella circle around and pull back.
Okay. Yeah. We'll try and have a little bit of a closer look at the cliff drop, but not too close. I just want to see if there's any movement. Beneath this, I'm guessing not, but
yeah, like it looks like there's water below. Yeah, as if it's
water below.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Very interesting. Okay. Does the water look brackish, or is it sort of bluish grey, or?
Hard to say, to be honest. The colour pretty dark and murky. Again, I'm looking through a bit of an ash storm as well. Not ideal. The ash storm obviously nope, shush. And then as I said, you're looking through the ash storm. It's very dark and murky. The water is obviously like crashing against the cliffs below. It's maybe about 150 feet-ish away. Like the cliffs they're big.
Okay. So
maybe even 200 to 300 depending, but you'd need to get like a closer look to actually gauge that.
I think I'm going to be cautious at this point because Plague's had enough of things falling on him and people casting Finger of Death and all this sort of thing. So at that point, I will sort of just try and make eye contact with Dondrobella and circle back to where the party was and basically fly a little bit lower so I can see a bit more clearly. And go back as quickly as I can, conscious of the fact that my spell's probably running out in an hour. So,
do you want to give me
equals 80 feet?
Give me another perception.
Okay. Oh, whoops, that's not the right thing. Sec. Sorry. 10.
Nope, that's the wrong one. Right?
Perception.
I mean, that's your perception, right?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's very strange. Ah, there we go. That's better. Hooray, I found it. That's better. Let's try that.
And again.
11.
Also, it is, from what I can tell, where are we here? You have a character sheet for this, you know.
Yeah, no, I've just done it from that.
Okay, but you have advantage.
Ah.
Because Eagle is a skill it has.
Okay, yeah. So I didn't see advantage from that. 21 then.
Yeah, that's much better. Yeah. It's fairly straightforward to get back to the party.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
You know, when it says public to GM advantage normal design, it's just quite faint on the thing.
There is. As I said, I've just left Eagle open to everybody since at some point there'll be more Eagles probably, let's face it.
I would have thought so.
Yeah. Yeah. they are good.
I will hone in on the party, on the sort of flame, and make my way back and go transform back.
Thunderbella just dive bombs into the ash. And then rolls out as a dwarf on the other side of it. Stands up and just like...
a bit more elegant. And as I sort of go back, I've got my elven cloak around and go, well, folks, there's some good news. The good news, there's an end to this vast metropolis. And the equal bit of good news is that there are cliffs that we found, and in this direction I point to it. They're quite high. I didn't want to get a closer look in case, there was something that like took a fancy to birds and shooting them. So I came straight back. It's going to take us another 2 or 3 hours to get there on foot, and there's sea. So we are on sort of near a coast.
Everybody looks at the map. Where is the coast? Quite a lot of the map is coast, actually.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Could it maybe be on like that wee island there, or just in general on Omen?
Like,
anywhere.
because it's the middle. Is that why you're thinking that, Scott? Like, it could look like there's so much coast.
Yeah, but I mean,
Brilliant.
I'm trying to think where would be, if it was round the coast, I doubt that we wouldn't have heard of a city that's been destroyed and
We could be there.
all
or
that.
there.
nonsense.
You could literally be anywhere. You might be slightly off the map or in a different plane of existence.
Well, I hope we're not off the map, because then we've
I
been
hope we're
plummeting into
I hope
room of
we're not.
space.
I hope we're not in another plane of existence, because that normally means we're dead.
I saw sea, Rumbar, so I've never seen sea in another plane of existence. Although I haven't been to another plane of existence, actually. That's not true. We have been to another plane of existence, haven't we, everybody? The plane of Indra. Ooh, I don't even want to say it.
The plane of Idris Elba.
Avoid.
I was actually thinking of Celeste's plane. Yeah.
Anyway, avaunt, folks. Let's go towards this coast. At least there's something, and maybe we'll just to get out of this ash.
How will
I
we
don't like
descend from
ash.
this cliff? Cliff edge.
Yeah, well, at least there's an end to this. We'll figure out a way. Don't you worry.
Either way.
Follow me. Plagal will lead
Yeah, sure.
slowly, along with Riz if he wants to sort of do his speary thing.
Yeah, I'll spear away.
Thanks, Riz.
Does one of you want to do a survival roll with advantage then? And we'll see how well your pathfinding goes.
Go on, Riz, you can do
I
that.
could help with that.
Well, it's them two at the front, so...
Oh, shoot. Yeah, okay.
Because Plagal knows the direction and Riz is the I will stab the ground with my spear to make sure it's ground.
I've done a lot of rolls. It's Riz's go.
Well then.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. You told me exactly what I need to do. No. You said this way, right?
So
Not that way.
you keep walking. I mean, technically, he walks one way, you walk the other way off camera, and then you both walk back together and go, well, okay, let's try that again more professionally. So yeah, you just walk until you are all tired, but you aren't at the cliff anymore. You're still just walking through bits of city.
I think we've taken a bit of a wrong turn. I'm sure this wasn't quite where we were supposed to go.
Yeah, and like when I say tired, I mean obviously he's been wading through stuff, right? But
think-
because it's exhausting work, like you're getting to the point where you know you won't be going much longer, like maybe an hour or two longer, before you'd want to rest for like the night again. But the reason for that is like the amount of detours and the air quote exhaustion. But like Plagal knows, you should have reached the cliff by now.
Yeah, this doesn't look right. We've gone awry. We need to rest, set up camp as best we can, and then try again in a few hours once we've rested.
So is it getting dark then? Yeah.
Still, I mean, it was dark the whole time. Like,
Okay, darker.
Nope.
Like, does anyone even have like a compass?
Nope.
Explorer pack. What's in an explorer pack?
where would it point? On a disc?
To the eject button.
Okay. Now you're thinking as an artificer gnome.
You can still probably go on for a few hours. Why don't you transform into a bird again?
I could do, but
Well, I've got plans for.
I like Riz's failure. He's just putting fully onto Plagal. He's like, well, now that I've got us lost, why don't you fix this problem?
I can't.
Why don't you do the wisdom check?
I would need to because I twinned it. I would need to have a long rest in order to do that again.
Yeah, I've got a plan for when we next long rest anyway, but you know, I can wait.
Well, if you want me to transform again, I need a long rest.
Thunder Belly just says, I'll happily be an eagle again. Through the ash pile.
And I'll just kind of laugh at that and be like, you like this flying about then, do you?
I'm not happy with you yet, shut up.
I was like, oh.
Then we rest.
So should we? I mean, we're quite tired now. I think should we just make camp here and then start again in 8 hours?
Works for me.
What does everybody else feel about that?
As you are waist deep in ash.
Yeah, is there any can I look around, is there any like ceiling that we can get under so there's no ash on us?
Nope.
Or we just have to keep going and risk exhaustion.
But there are like walls and stuff of buildings that are still standing, so there's at least like, maybe one with 2 walls that you could get like a corner shelter from and stuff. But
yeah.
As I said, there's not really wind. Like, there's still like enough of a breeze to like kick up some of the ash, but there's nothing. Yeah. Nothing like particularly hazardous environment conditions other than don't inhale ash.
Alright, I'll opt for nestling in a corner then.
I mean, I do know of somebody that has something that could solve this problem immediately. Riz.
Is it me?
Haven't you got a book?
No, we will go into the corner, alright? Okay, alright.
You don't have to. You don't need to do this. I'm just saying.
Alright,
I know you have it.
I'll just say to the pie. Okay, I can get you out of here for our rest. You want?
Yep.
8 hours.
Somewhere a bit more comfortable.
That sounds good.
I'll just kind of look at him and just be like, you could have gotten us out this whole time.
Well, there's a catch, but you'll see it.
What's the catch?
We don't actually leave.
Huh?
We'll return here.
Then what's the point?
There's not much point.
We won't have ash falling on our heads.
Well, I suppose there is that.
Perfectly reasonable suggestion.
Might as well.
Thunderbella just goes, if it means no ash, I'm into it.
Yeah, I think I am as well. I don't like this ash thing.
Oh, right. It was just when no, because 2 seconds. Did you say that we don't actually leave?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
kind
did
of, yeah.
It's like
Right.
a bubble thing.
Yeah,
Right,
in a way.
Right, so I didn't know if it was a kind of astral projection kind of.
But then Crumbar wouldn't know either, right? So that fits.
Please wear your seatbelts.
What are seatbelts?
I'll just say that to him. I'll be like, "What happens to our bodies in the meantime?"
No,
Oh,
the bodies are transported to the bubble plane.
And I'm just like,
You'll see. You won't
Don't
be
worry about
harmed.
it. I'm sure.
The three of you might die.
just kind of
Which three we don't know. Place your bets now.
like Crumbar just kind of like sits down and gets comfy against like one of like the corner of the walls just because it's
You
like,
lose sight of Crumbar because he's now fully covered in ash. Yeah.
it's that kind of way. It's like, well, I don't just want to pass out and topple over, you know. So yeah, I get comfy.
You definitely don't want to sit down. He needs to be able to see you.
Oh, okay then. Well, I'll kind of lean against. I'll brace against the wall.
Okay.
We'll gather round.
Okay. Are you ready? I must have your will.
Yes.
You sure? Yes! From the ash pile that is Dundrabella.
Okay, good.
I think
Does
you also,
Ars say yes?
I was going to say, well, you hear Ars saying, I'll just be here. I'll wait on yous. Just pleasantly smiling from the top of the ash.
Bastiel and Arya.
Of course, for the prince.
And
We're
Arya.
waiting for Arya.
Well,
Nope.
are
Oh,
you?
yeah, Ben, yeah. Yeah. Can you not hear
Okay.
me anymore?
No, that was the first time you spoke in
Yep,
ages.
yep.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Sorry.
So,
Muted.
are you giving Riz your will?
Interpret that however you want to.
I like that. Yes!
Yes, so unsure.
Roll
That's all I
persuade
need.
on yourself?
Sign your full name on this contract.
Everybody gets
Okay.
little tattoos on their hands now. Yours disappears. You just walk
This
away.
is a phone bill. What, am I signing up for a phone contract? So every other month you pay an excess of.
I thought I was favoured by the gods, not cursed.
Favoured by some.
Interest and it's full of magic. Pyramid scheme.
Pyramid
Okay,
scheme is the
I'll,
best school of magic.
Yeah.
Oh dear, that was nice, Bastiel. Well done. Anyway,
Okay.
so we've lost Crumbar. I think it was due to laughing, possibly, or power cut. We're not sure. But he wouldn't have understood this anyway, so let's carry on. Welcome back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll unsheath my spear.
You mean
and
the
I'll
spear that's in your
really-
hands because you've been
I know that.
testing the ground?
That's right.
Yeah,
I'm
you
using
go.
my long elbows. That's constantly losing sight of where we're heading.
Is it just Michelle Gomez again? Yeah. Oh dear.
Alright, okay. I do this fancy spin that to anyone that's not trained in the spear will come across cocky, but it's just so second nature. It's not. It's actually just
Roll
skill,
performance.
alright?
Mm.
Let's see how fancy that spin is. Right, so you after you fish your spear out of the ash.
Yeah. Sorry about
Performance issues,
Um,
it's the first time in a while,
that. Yeah. I hold my spear out with my arm straight, and then I bring it close to my chest and close my eyes and say Nigeru. And then we just disappear from this plane.
Wow.
Okay? And when the darkness leaves your eyes, there's this beautiful river, this sunlight, a nice grass meadow, some trees. There's animals running around. Everything's just so chill and nice. Very comfortable.
Whoa. Animals. What the fuck?
Well, this is better. This is a lot better.
It's like warm as well. It's like, not overly warm, but like pleasant. And birds chirping away in the trees.
I'm going to go for a dip in the water.
So it's Dundrabella.
Just fully clothed.
Dundrabella just
smoking.
runs towards it,
clothes on.
strips off, jumps in as soon as she can. Yep, getting rid of all this ash. Yep.
Cool, yeah,
Dump my head under it and just wash my hair as well.
I'll do the same then.
I mean, would kind of make sense.
Everybody quite skinny dipping, everybody in the water. This is just, it's now
It's
just.
like a spa.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's
Yeah.
literally, this is the spa. The spear spa.
The
Spa spear.
spa.
Spa spear. Um, Yeah, so do you want to mark off some of the uses of that then for me, Riz?
Yeah, so that's every person, right? How many are there?
Minus Arse, because Arse never came.
6.
Yep. Yep. I'm not going to charge you extra for Ruya. Or like, you know,
Oh,
or,
so...
you know, scraps, so...
Oh, dear old scraps.
I probably should be charging extra for Ruya, because Ruya is in fact an actual creature that is separate, whereas Scraps is technically like a summoned creature, technically. So, I'm not gonna bother, that's fine. Ruya is so narratively excused most of the time.
I
Cool.
also have the Outlander thing that naturally helps me find food and everything. So if there is food to be
It's
found,
not the issue I'm having, it's a thing about Riz's mechanics of how he's able to bring people here. Yeah. Yeah. There is. Very niche mechanics for Riz to deal with.
I'd be like clutching her.
Yeah, basically they got like, you know,
She'd be
a child ticket, like on the bus, you know?
Oh.
Listen, I'm telling you, you're 12. You're 12, okay?
What are you, young man? I'm 15, sir!
Yeah, I have
Oh,
no
dear.
idea the age until which kids go for free, sorry.
My nephew is very much that. If you told him, like, okay, kids under 3 go for free. He goes, but I'm 4. It's like, I know you are 4, but today you are 3. Nope, it's like, I'm 4, not 3, would be the first thing you would say to anyone in that scenario.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, so, yeah. How long do you just want to spend here? Riz.
I recommend no more than a day.
I recommend reality just unravels.
It's like everything just...
Someone will turn into something we need to kill.
It's like, after 24 hours, the pleasantness turns to horror. So, we should definitely leave.
Extreme horror.
It's it basically, I'm just getting the image of that thing at the end of Fate Season 1.
Yeah, worse, probably.
You watched
yeah.
it?
Yeah, I
Well,
did.
Only Season 1, yeah.
Let's stay in the game for now. That's an
Yeah,
after-game chat.
Definitely go.
Should we? Do you recommend us staying? I mean, I needed a long rest, so if I'm going to use this spell
Yeah.
again,
Let's relax and get our strength back.
But so,
Let's do it.
yeah, so I want to examine this place a bit. If there are living, breathing animals milling around, like what's the ground like? What does it feel like in my fingers? Does it feel like regular soil? I'll cast detect magic.
Feels like
It's clearly
spongy
magic, yeah.
grass.
Okay, it's all magic. Nice.
How dare you? It doesn't cheapen the experience.
It's the holodeck spear!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It just cuts to you walking around in ash, like touching ash, going, wow. This thing was still
Scooping it up and eating it.
drinking ash. Yeah, this tastes delicious.
Sorry, what was your... Right,
I-
let's go back. What was your question? Sorry, Shan.
Just does the soil feel like soil?
No, I mean, there was after that, we covered that everything felt like, you know, like, soil does feel like soil, but if you scan it with magic, there is magic everywhere. So, yeah.
Magic everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I guess. I mean, if we're gonna spend a full day here,
I'll kind of like turn towards Riz and be like, "Are we safe here?
You are safe.
And where is here?"
Here is. It's not there, and it's not here. It's.
Do you know what you got vibes of
It
from
is.
the way you were travelled, right? Do you remember the, like, the vibes of how things just changed in the Elven Forest? Like, it's not a million miles away from the same vibe as the fact that you are now just here in this beautiful kind of grove type, you know, I guess, centre parks, I guess, that you've been taken to.
Okay.
It's almost like this doesn't exist. It's more we might not exist.
Let's not give them that to work out, right? Let's.
I'll
Shush.
like be processing this, and I'll also be
We're-
asking. And you know how to get from here to the world we're used to, right?
Yes.
Are we in this sphere?
Arya's happy. Arya's appeased. That's all she cares about.
Royo's probably
Oh,
enjoying it, you know. Royo's flying up, you know,
Place.
enjoying it.
I'll just get a
It's
cup
very
of
pleasant.
water
Oh.
and then put some ice cubes in it with shape water and just sort of sit quietly by the river and meditate.
Thunderbella takes it off you and then just nods for you to do that again a second time and
Yeah.
starts
No,
drinking.
I do this. I do this same
Yep.
again.
She just like sits down next to you and doesn't say anything, just kind of, reserved in her grumpiness.
No problem.
Mhm.
So is it just a meadow? No trees? and
Yeah, there is
Yeah,
trees.
there's like an embankment, a copse of trees. Let's say behind us, then in front of us would be like this sort of like small shore into a nice, gentle river that's like waist deep, and it's like this amazing blue. The you can see all the big stones and the very clear. There's a nice meadow like rolling off down the hills and all that sort of stuff. Very pleasant vibes.
Mhm.
10 out of 10. TripAdvisor.
Mm. Beautiful.
It says on a notice board with one comment from Riz.
Yeah. But it's his world. He shouldn't be putting the reviews.
Yeah, so everyone take a long rest then? Tell me what he's got up
Yeah.
to for like
Yep.
another day, I guess.
Yeah, if we're gonna do the rest, I'll burn through my level 4 slot. I'll just use fabricate.
On what?
I'll delve into the water and assemble the stones, the pretty pebbles.
Okay, yep.
Into a shield.
Into a shield, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. Cast fabricate.
You just tie a bunch of turtles together.
Turtle
Cool.
mace.
Nothing happens.
Okay. Just want to understand materials there. But yes,
Yeah.
interesting.
I really wanted to. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go on.
I really wanted to be like, you made this amazing stuff, then when you left, it wasn't there.
Yeah, that's what I thought when it
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been brilliant.
Just all this time spending making this incredible shit.
Yeah, I was gonna mix my own shield into this shield, and then like I just imagine we left, and all the bits from here fell off, and I used the shield.
It's
And
just
your
like-
shield's ruined.
Just
Like,
lost in the ash pile as well. Going, oh god, little needles in haystacks.
Is this where we're going to teleport back and Bastille's going to be in like a box from IKEA?
Yeah, I'll
Have
put
to reassemble them.
my raw components.
Are you by with your scene?
Mhm.
Right, cool. Right, Crumbar kind of goes away to a bit of like a quiet place away from everyone else, and he's just kind of holding on to the holy symbol pendant that he has round his neck,
Mhm.
and he just charges all of his points of lay on hands into it.
Mhm.
So like just see it like glowing up nice and shiny and stuff. And he's just like speaks into it and he says, Odysseia, if I need to see you again. And yeah, just gripping on tight to this, and he just like closes his eyes and drifts off, like goes to drift to sleep.
Okay. What about everybody else?
I'm just going to meditate and wait for the time to be over.
Mm-hmm. Thunderbell is probably snoring at this point.
I move away.
I'll just walk around, like almost like the scene from Howl's Moving Castle, that secret spot. That's I'm just observing things, going to my normal area to relax and escape it all.
Such a good movie. But anyway,
It really is.
my favourite Ghibli movie. But I've only seen a handful.
Mm.
But anyway, moving on.
Or else I will bust.
As I said, I've only seen a handful. Moving on. Ponyo was good though. Anyway.
Moving on.
Moving on. So, yeah, if that's it then, everybody gets a long rest again.
Yeah.
Tick off all the things that you need to tick off, and then, yeah, Crumbar, you wake up feeling unanswered and empty.
Bastard. I really thought that would work.
Yeah.
Cool. So that is that it. Then after a day, I'll take everybody back.
Yep.
Shit.
You're just
I
deposited.
should have used my 4th level on divination right here.
But you didn't. Here we are.
Son of a bitch. Oh, well.
So you just where we were doing, it just stops. So then you're just back in the ash, like buried.
So if we come back
Right back into the ash.
to
Yep.
back
Right where you
into the
left.
I mean,
Exactly where you
I'm going
left.
to- okay, I'm gonna just turn into a giant eagle at this point, just on my own. Casting polymorph.
And then Dodgebella casts Glare.
I know. Sure.
The
I was
finger.
I was gonna say, if maybe now's the time we should get into contact with Janus to see if that can get us a way out of here.
Well, why don't we just try and find this cliff first?
Okay, right, yeah.
Because otherwise it's a real waste of a. So yes, I'm going to cast
Yeah.
polymorph. I'm now a giant eagle, and
Mhm.
I will take off. Get a torch, a lit torch, from prestidigitation before that happened,
There you go.
and fly off. See whether I can see the cliffs anywhere near us.
Okay, give me a survival, then your advantage perception as an eagle.
Okay, so survival as an eagle. So it doesn't have a specific skill. Is that a wisdom?
Yeah, it'll be wisdom then, right?
So I think I'll just do that.
Okay,
A
and then
21
and then perception for with advantage.
with advantage.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
it's a 19.
Look at that, big rolls. Still.
Nice. No.
And
Oh wow.
yeah.
So my plan is to sort of try and fly so I can see where we've gone wrong. And then
Everywhere.
sort of try and basically triangulate where we've got to get back to, and then
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like you can like, you know, fly off, get your bearings again, kind of like the higher up you go, the more you can kind of see the top down bird's eye view literally, and then you can kind of like go, oh, that's why we were, you know, going the wrong way. And yeah, then you can come back and readdress that with the group. Because yeah, that's easy enough. You got now a good survival roll to kind of pick up your bearings and where you should have been going, and your perception to make sure that you've found the spot you were looking for, the cliff edge, and back to the party sorted.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, so
And that would have
In
taken
which-
like a good maybe 40 minutes to do that for like there, so you've still got like a couple hours of travel ahead.
okay, that's fine. In which case, I'll just transform back.
Mhm.
And tell them which direction we should have been going in, and also just make a point of saying to Arya, I know that your survival skills are unparalleled, but if you can mark this point, this is the way that we've got to go. Let's try and keep. Maybe you should be the one who leads us with your abilities.
Riz is just left there holding his spear.
I like to say, sorry, Riz, man. I mean, like, I really appreciated that spa day. That was
I just-
sublime. It was
I
wonderful.
just imagine
so much.
everybody keep walking. I stand still as I just just get left behind. So
More
shocked.
important, in fact, is Arse still there?
Where would I be?
Yeah, as soon as you step out,
No,
yeah.
no,
Arse is
sorry,
just
not
just
Arse.
sat cross-legged, sat on top of the,
Oh,
It's like,
not me. Sorry.
yeah, it's like, yeah.
Also, Scott, I appreciate your donation. Thank you.
Did you get that?
Yeah, I did. 69p. Thank you very much.
Did you see the? Did you read the note with it?
I don't know if I got a note with it. It didn't send me one.
Oh, I sent you a note saying session 69. Lol.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I figured it might be. Yep. Okay, dokes. So, yeah, what's the plan, guys?
Go to the direction that I had said.
Who's taking point?
I think Arya should.
What's Arya's?
I'll be closer to the front this time.
I think closer to the front, and being the front is the option here. So,
Okay. Oh, that's yeah.
yep. So, do you and Plagal want to lead up the survival roll this time?
Yeah.
Go. Let's see what happens. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. And again.
Survivor?
Mm,
Yes, I am a survivor. Okay.
Well.
Wow.
25 or 25?
25.
Go for the 25.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, good one.
I will go with the 25.
You know, ever since you became like a dwarven noble house, you know, rules just have been going your way. But yeah, so yeah, use eventually after a couple hours, right? I start to feel like the wind, you know, like kick up a bit, like you know, like a proper kind of like you could say sea breeze. I wouldn't, but you might. And then yeah, you get to like the edge of the cliff, and it's Anyone roll investigate? Any feeling investigatory? I can maybe tell you more.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Who would like to roll then?
I was
Not me.
going to say I'll help
Sorry.
you out as well if no one else is.
I mean, I've got some investigation, but there's not much.
So some person can roll, and if someone helps them, some other person can add advantage to that roll.
I just look around the party. Who's good at like following clues and investigating here? Who's the best of us?
Not me.
Who's intelligent?
I mean,
You?
I'm above average, but I'm not that good. I say most confusingly, but trying not to use D&D language in order to do it.
Try not to refer to my character sheet.
Arya's pretty much the same. She's not gonna have.
Well, is it Dundra then? Is that who's rolling? It sounds like
it.
Oh god. Fuck it. Okay, I'll roll.
Okay, apparently not Dundra then. Oof.
I'll help you.
Well, me or you, one of us.
Hi, I'm not fussed. You can roll.
Maybe Dondra can help.
Yeah.
She probably doesn't want to speak to me in the morning anyway.
But she doesn't have an issue with you. It's Scrumbar she's got the issue with. She's just.
Okay, Harley.
You got advantage.
21.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
both
what
you.
I
Okay,
was-
nice. Okay.
That'll do.
See, the reason why you didn't see the other rolls is because there were such high numbers with all the other high numbers was.
Yeah, just blended in. Can't be that number, surely.
So it's interesting the druid got this. It looks like the city's like fell away at this point. The city doesn't stop quite clearly for you, Arya. Like you can tell this straight away that it looks like it's this cliff is I wouldn't say a recent addition, but an addition to the city's design. You know?
Okay.
Like maybe if it was a biscuit somebody took a bite out of it. Because there's no like harbour or docks or natural, decline down to it.
Can we see the other?
Oh.
Like, is there another side to it? Like, if we look straight on, can we see more land, or is it? Just...
Did you ask if you could see more ash cloud? Because I think the answer was yes.
More ash cloud, you say?
Yeah.
Entirely possible that some sort of cataclysm, either natural or unnatural, happened here. This is not how a shoreline should look.
So how do we get down?
So how do we get down? We don't have a boat or anything.
Get down to what?
Literally, I
Turn down for what is what I say. Oh dear. I'll be over here in the GM corner.
Oh, God. No, I can make us a boat.
Can you?
Cool.
Yeah.
That's superb.
Isn't it? Right?
That is amazing. Plague is absolutely transfixed.
You just
can
need a
make us
boat to begin with.
Wait, can you become the boat?
I wish. Transformers.
That is amazing. I like that idea. That might be our only way off.
Well, not strictly a boat per se.
No, that's
Now
not
you
the problem.
say.
more like
Board of wood.
more like a T-Rex big enough for us to all be on the back of.
Actually,
Could be a possibility.
bring upon the Benjamin.
There's just sadly, I don't think dinosaurs could swim. A lot of them, right?
No, that's
So-
true.
Yeah.
I can make us a very nice raft.
I could
The
transform myself into a whale,
What? A big, how big?
like a blue whale.
No way.
Of course I can.
I'd like to see you try.
We had loads of them in, in the harbour. They got washed up occasionally, and it was a bit messy. You know,
So
kept
dark.
the city going for months afterwards on the blubber and oil. And,
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't.
Blubber's
Like-
poisonous.
No, not that sort of blubber.
I mean,
Um,
so like,
But you're a vegan.
so let's roll it back a little bit, right? So there are killer whales in the stats for D&D, FYI, everybody. So he's not wrong when he says,
Blue whale.
but like a blue whale
Well,
is
a whale. I mean, you know.
yeah, a whale's a whale, right? In D&D, right? As far as they're concerned, right?
Yeah.
This isn't quite, you know, build a small village inside it levels of whale, you know.
We could combine our powers. The Voltron.
Just strap your wooden thing
Exactly.
around me.
Wow.
What? Okay.
TOS, guys. TOS. Anyway, so
No.
what have you? I know, right? Definitely sessions. Look at that. Anyway, what is the upper limits of your challenge rating for your polymorph?
7.
So challenge 7, yeah.
Yeah.
Then you're sorted, yeah. Killer Will is on the menu.
Wow.
7's humongous. Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah,
sounds outrageous.
I'm absolutely, but it's basically the same as your level.
That's ridiculous.
It is
got-
if you turn into a T-Rex, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it is a level 4 spell though, right? Like that, it's meant to be big, right?
Yeah. It's
Um,
like,
But it's better than a druid's wild shape. That's weird.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's because druids can wild shape multiple times.
Ah, yes. Quantity type thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep, 4th level magic is
right.
still a 4th level slot, sadly.
Yeah.
And druids also get those, by the way.
True.
And
Uh,
polymorph.
Levels.
Yeah. Yep.
The-
Yeah, so evil.
so
evil,
if we want to go by water, we can, but we haven't explored this coastline yet, and I think we need to just do that first. I mean,
How do we get down there?
well, That's
How
another
high is it?
it's about 200 or 300 feet, I think.
Yeah. Also, there's the
Like,
line from a polymorph that's important for everybody if you cared
where did you put that?
in GG chat.
Discord.
Yeah.
So we need, between us,
Hmm.
do we have the magic to carve through Earth? Druid. Can we survive a fall? Sorcerer.
What you mean with like featherfall vibes? You mean into
that's
the
the other
into the sea?
Well, maybe he does know that. That's quite a low level spell. So is that kind of common knowledge among casters?
I don't know. Just roll Arcana.
All right.
Why not? No. There's the lowest roll of the game so far.
Nope.
Tonight. Yep.
That is true.
This is maybe the other half of the game where everything goes terribly.
Yeah, we just all
Die
jump
in
to
the
our
sea.
deaths. Why do they do that?
It actually it's like lemmings. It actually makes no sense. All that journey just to fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
Right. So, what's the plan?
I think we should explore the coastline first.
How do we get to the coastline?
Well,
We're above it.
I think they
I
mean the
mean-
cliff line. I think that's what it means.
the cliff
Okay.
line. I mean,
Oh,
or we go along the cliff as long as we can for like all day and see where it leads.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the metropolis, yeah, it's going to be big,
At least we have something to handrail now.
well, exactly.
all right. Nothing.
And
We have nothing.
depending on how often, you know, Riz can pull that amazing meadow trick. You know, the center parks move. You might be able to, you know.
I was gonna say, how often can he do that?
I mean, that's the thing that I don't know if he would tell you that, right? Like,
Yeah. I'd have to kill you.
Yeah.
And then bring you back and then tell you. So it's kind of weird.
it's a waste of energy, really. So don't ask. Yeah. So
So I
Here's
think
my-
we should go
here-
along. Sorry.
here's my question as a DM, right? Because I feel like you're going to explore the cliff at some point.
Hmm.
So is it at left or right? Is my question.
Left.
Because you think we're bottom right on the map or something, don't you? That's
Me.
It also depends
Well,
what way
yeah.
you're facing, right?
No,
You just don't know what way you're facing
yeah,
Left is always quicker.
because it's less letters.
Mhm.
I don't know. I've just got a theory. Like whenever I'm out, like traveling about.
Yeah, those have worked out well so far.
Yeah, no, but like just in general, like if ever I'm out and about and I have like and I don't know where to go, I just go left, and it seems to work.
Remember that time the harsh tide took you away though?
Yeah, that's because I didn't turn left.
Well, right, so
God,
everybody
this is
just type in
hilarious.
left or right into Roll20 for me. Just do it now, don't think about it, just left or right. Just anybody go.
Well, I think it's gonna have to
This
be
is where
left.
somebody's
Yeah.
gonna type back. See,
You convinced everyone. It's like, yeah, we
See?
agreed with you. We just.
I actually wanted to go there.
Yes.
I read left to right, so for me that's like,
Uh-huh.
okay, if we choose one.
Fair, fair.
Unanimous.
Oh dear. I mean, yeah, assuming Don Drabella doesn't care, yeah. So, yeah, I guess you head left then. How long do we go left for?
as long as it.
I think we
takes.
go all day. Let's go as. But I mean, presume the ash isn't quite as deep around.
That's
the cliff.
just kind of blowing off it into, like, you know, the air
Yeah.
off the cliff. Probably looks
So
very,
it's a
like,
bit easier to
majestic
walk.
and whatnot. Yeah, it probably is a bit easier, right? It's probably only, like, maybe, like, shin high or lower, yeah.
Okay,
There's still a lot
that's
of
a
it.
bit. But it's better than it was. So,
Oh, a lot better,
I
yeah, a
I
lot
think
better.
we should just keep going for as long as we can, like 8 hours, 6 hours. We'll have a couple of short rests, take some lunch, that sort of thing.
That's what I was going to say when you get hungry.
I
All right.
like food.
Can't do anything about that.
Not at the
Mhm.
moment.
Off we go.
So yeah,
Also, I hope people marked off rations, by the way, for their meals they've had. So there was a long rest outside the place where Vishal was, and then there was a long rest in the spear, so mark off at least 2 rations.
so I think probably mark off 3 really if it's today as well.
Yeah.
Gotta stop.
Actually,
Good
3.
berry, just saying, instead of marking off a third one.
We'll use good berry next time then, I guess, because I'm too lazy because I've already marked it off.
I don't eat.
Handy. Yep. So, yeah. Yeah. What's the plan? you just keep walking. There's still, like, broken cliff.
What after 6 hours?
Yep.
I am going to shoot up a red flare in the sky.
Okay, yeah. So the sky turns red. It's probably
I'll,
quite ominous looking with the ash and everything.
I'll be like, hopefully someone will respond to a red flare.
Everyone
I'm
looks
gonna-
at you as the ash blows between the scenes.
I'm going to take slight matters into my own hands a bit and go up to Ars and say,
Whoa.
if you get this sword back, I'm not saying you will, but are you then relieved of your thing that you can't help us in any way?
Canary goes, oh, I see what this is about. This is about the apples. And she winks at you.
No. It's definitely not about the apples. But we're stuck. We can't go anywhere at the moment. We don't know where we are. We've got no means of escape from this place apart from our bubble universe. So you're going to be here a very long time as well.
No. It looks like you've only got so much food. So,
So you're happy to let us die, are you?
happy's an interesting word.
All right, content then.
Content is an interesting word. I would say that when Crumbar dies and the sword is no longer his, I will just return it, and I will be relieved of my duty. And they smile pleasantly at you. Like, that's,
If
of course,
we
a
gave
perfectly
you
normal
sword-
reaction.
Can I hear this conversation?
Depends, is Plague trying to have it quietly?
Yes.
Then no.
So you can't tell us where we are, and you can't tell us how to get out of it. You can't tell us anything about this place at all. Is that what you're saying?
I can repeat things you know. And they lean
Yeah.
down, pick up ash, and let it fall, and goes, there's lots of this stuff.
Yeah, but I've never been to a place like this before. I've heard nothing about it in the history books.
Kind of just nod solemnly, and they look at you and go, "Hey, do you think if I could help, I wouldn't?"
I don't know. Maybe your laws are different to the ones that we live by, but
They
You
seem
don't-
to be, because you keep asking me the same questions again and again. They smile
well,
pleasantly.
it's out of desperation, though, isn't it? Because we don't have a clue how to get out of here, so that's why I was asking you.
Yes, but isn't it in your, your heroic tales that in the darkest hour, that's when you can shine the brightest or something?
Yeah, maybe.
Is that
Well, we
him?
have other options.
Tales
go
are
up to the rest of
usually
the party.
written after people get out of that
I
sticky
mean,
situation.
I feel like Plague's having this privately with...
Yeah,
No.
Oh, shit.
I'll
Yeah,
go
it's
back-
okay.
Yes.
I'll
Yep.
Go back to the party, and I'll say, well, I've tried talking to her, but there's no having it. And I'm sorry, Crumbar. I did mention the sword, and she's just going to take it off your dead corpse. So, anybody got any ideas? I was thinking, that divination of a god. Not such a bad idea after all, because we could really do with getting off this place. You don't
Oh, I
have
do have-
any clue where we are.
I have an idea, yes.
What's your idea?
Well, 2 giant eagles is 2 mounts. That's 4 people covered. Then we have Aya and Donjabella. We have 3 mounts.
What are you saying?
I'm saying either we can move at a greatly accelerated pace, or we could just, through a couple of shifts and some waiting, lie down, where I can assemble us a raft.
But where would we sail to? And we don't have any food. Our food will run out in 7 days.
Plenty of
We
fish in the-
also don't have the favor of the winds, so the magic sea might not.
We don't know
It'll
whether
be
it's.
hard. Yeah,
You're
it'll be
assuming
hard
it's a
to.
magic sea.
I was going to say, so remember, only the Midland Sea, which is, let me just do a wee highlight, right? So this sea is the Midland Sea, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
So only if, assumedly, you're like in that area would the magical currents matter.
right.
Out
okay.
here is the wonderfully named Iron Sea of Monsters.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to risk the sea journey then.
Monsters are food. They are
So,
food.
but the 3 mounts idea is at least better. I mean, we can give that a go. I have a bad feeling that it's just not going to work, but we can certainly give it a go.
So here would be my concern as Dondrabella, right?
We eat Dondrabella.
She looks around you and goes, I'm all for being a bird again, but that's got, limitations. And what if that down there points vaguely at the crashing sea against the rock face? What if it doesn't have the same limitations? I've not swam in a good few years. She just looks at everybody very deliberately.
Of course. I think I've ever swam.
She looks at you and
Okay.
just kind of laughs, and she puts her hand over her mouth really quickly, like it was rude. And then she's like, I guess you wouldn't have. No.
Hmm.
Are you airtight?
I better make a good raft.
Right. Hear me out, guys. What if we went back to Vishal
Oh my god, no.
and
No,
asked
no
them
way.
and
Oh.
just said, "We have tried to escape. We appear to be stuck here."
No,
Fuck that.
no way.
Swear.
It's so
Even
good.
though-
It's
even
so good. I love it.
No,
No.
but even if he would tell us where we are,
No,
He would tell us the word kill.
Right,
and then
just-
you die
No.
again.
Somebody stop Dondrabella from pushing Crumbar into the sea.
no. We're not going back to the show. We will find another way off this godforsaken place. But we have to know where we are. Are we in the real world? Are we in a plane? Are we in the hell? What is this
All right.
place? We don't
like-
know.
I
We need
just like-
information.
Crumbar just screams to the heaven. It's like, Celeste, we could really use your help right now.
And Plague will just sort of also just doesn't scream. He just remains sullen and silent and really peed off.
I think like
Could be
you know,
peed off
the
and
party.
peed on.
Just
Arse is next to Crumbar and
Just
just looks up
like-
excitedly as he shouts to the heavens, like waiting to see what happens. But obviously, as we know, the ash just blows past. Yeah.
Well,
Nobody has any spell that they can use to.
Well,
Like,
what was the
divine
flying idea?
I still think divination's a good.
Well,
good idea.
Dunderbella's worry was, what if we just turn back halfway over a sea?
Sorry, halfway.
That was Dunderbella's concern. Did nobody listen to her concern? I
Yeah,
feel
but
like nobody
didn't
listened to it.
understand it.
Yeah.
So, what do you mean halfway
Being
over
an
the
being
sea?
an eagle has limitations, aka time, is what she said.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what if that doesn't, pointing at the sea?
You mean the
Oh, but-
sea keeps coming in? Is that what her
No, we'll
implication
run
is?
out if
No,
we fly.
yeah.
You'll turn back into a plague.
I just imagined us heading along the shore still.
Yeah, I mean,
You
you could
guys
still
think
keep
crossing
going.
the...
No, I know it's because Plague's thinking of just using the eagles to get down the cliff.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Dunderbella's vibe was that using the eagles to travel out into the sea,
Yeah.
and that was her concern. Yes, just for clarity.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, neither does she, as much as she likes being an eagle.
Definitely not doing that.
Well,
I'd rather be a whale.
Yeah.
I've got. I can feel. I've got about 3 good shots at augury to design a path for us here. So, what are our options?
Don't know. What are the options?
I don't know. I mean, we don't have any. I don't have anything that
Right.
can really help unless you want to travel by sea to a completely unknown destination.
Let's do this as a more productive conversation for the team, right? What is the main problem? Right? What is the
We don't know
first,
where we
the
are.
biggest
We don't know
problem?
how to get out of the place.
Yeah,
Right.
we appear to be stuck.
We're trapped.
Right? So you don't know where you are, and because of that, you don't know how to troubleshoot leaving where you are. Okay?
Right.
So the only conversation you should be having is, how do you find out where you are? That's it. That should be the focus, because if you cannot troubleshoot without knowing that, you shouldn't be debating anything else. Right?
Janus, being the god of travel, would probably be able to tell us where we are.
How do you word that in the next 7 days?
Where are we?
Yeah.
Here, now.
Okay, where are
Like,
we now?
legit, right? You just need to make something Janus will care about.
That's not.
Well, we could say that Vishal let us go.
No, for the spell. I mean,
Oh, I see. Sorry.
the component, yeah.
Oh, sorry, for the spell component. you're talking
Yeah,
about.
because you'll need
Like
something
the
as a
material
tribute. Yeah,
component.
yeah. Which is easy enough, because you've got literally a Vendobot with you.
Dopa.
It
So-
does
I
say
don't think-
gods. Yeah.
I don't think it can. That
Where
whoever
are we?
can answer us with like a piece of information. It's like, is it? I think it could say no if we said, "Are we here?" or if we.
Well,
get
Yeah,
permission.
no, that's why.
That's just
ask
guessing.
where-
We need to ask, where are we?
Where are we now?
Where are we now?
Ask a single question concerning a specific goal or event or activity.
Where are we
That's
now in
specific.
relation to the main Earth?
That's not
Where
an
are
activity.
we?
I mean, where are we
It's
now?
a
in
goal.
So, I think it's because Shan isn't reading the first sentence in that particular angle, so you ask a single question concerning a specific goal. So, hey Janus, our goal is to leave where we are and return to places we know. To do that, we need to know where we are.
Mhm.
That, I feel, is a legitimate translation of that.
Good question.
Never mind the DM powers that say I can make that the translation of that, right? Ignoring that,
Yeah.
just reading that,
Okay,
that's what I would
so,
pitch as a
yeah.
player, right? But again, you'll still need something appropriate to Janus to kickstart it. Worth at least
Didn't
25
we
gold.
think-
Yeah, that
didn't we
wheel
always
we've talked
look out
about a
for a
lot.
field
That
thing?
was at the yep, it's at the camp under the crash castle.
Oh.
There's probably a lot of castle
I
on
can
it.
make.
Fuck a duck.
It's only 25 golds worth
Yeah.
of stuff.
So just burn something else and make something travel-y related,
Yeah. No problem.
or just burn Crumbar.
Stop trying to kill me.
I mean, I'm not trying to. I have successfully killed you. It's just you got better, you know.
I like
Yeah,
the
so
part
our
where I
goal
got
to
better.
leave this place. We need to leave. Our goal is this place. Leave this place. Where are we now?
So it's up to you, but that's something you could try.
Yep, I think it's our best
We have to.
option.
So what's the material component? 25 gold
It's
piece of something.
And a sacrifice to do with travel.
Yeah, so like incense and a sacrifice offering appropriate to your religion together worth at least 25 gold, which the spell consumes. ...
I've got a map.
I do have incense. Oh, okay. Is it worth 25 gold?
No.
You got something that's smelly enough you could justify?
It just says together with at least 25G. Yes, sacrificial offering.
Yeah, it does say
I
that.
don't
Yeah.
have any money. We left it all on the. I've got 10 gold pieces. That's it. In the world.
I could make something though. Yeah, I think I could make something.
Could make ink.
I have ink.
I mean, you could just melt the gold, is what I mean.
Yeah, we could melt the gold.
Yeah.
Ooh. D.
Like legit, just could melt gold.
Just do it in the shape of a compass or the shape of a circle or something.
Yeah.
Just start tracing some of the map.
Scratching my arm here. Right. Initializing. Okay. So am I doing this right now?
Yes.
With an amazing cliffside view. It's gorgeous.
Might as well.
That means I need to use another way of making stuff because that's also a level 4 spell, and so is divination. So I'll use Artisan's Blessing as that. Just want to check the rules for that. You conduct an hour-long ritual across a non-magical item. Must include some metal.
You can conjure metal.
Creation is...
Yeah, or other metal object. Yep. You could make something.
Okay. Alright. Metal objects. Who's got...
Who's chucking in the 25 gold, which is metal, by the way?
I mean, I've got 10 gold.
Oh, shit.
Right. So somebody needs
so I can give you
15.
10 gold.
Arya would care much about money, so whatever she has, she can.
I have.
Yeah, Arya's
I-
got tons of money, guys.
Yeah, me and Ari are
Actually,
loaded. So.
Okay.
Even
Give 10 gold back, play gold.
Yeah, Arya is just happy to like just randomly chuck money in. She doesn't care much about it.
Okay,
especially
so who is fronting the money for this spell? That just answer the question if we can. Who's willing
I
to pay
can
the
do it, I
25?
have to do how much it was, sorry. Yeah,
25
I'll
gold.
do it.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay,
Flagel, you can have your money back.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Okay, so I'll take an hour out. I'll borrow Plagel's map. I'll lay it out and I'll use Artisan's Blessing to melt the coins down and create like a thin network, like a webbing
Mhm.
of like lines, and then on them the continents
Mhm.
and the all of our like the destinations we need to reach will be filled in with gold.
Yeah.
So gold's blocked in, and then I'll wrap it round so it forms a globe that can spin.
Okay, which is weird because this isn't a globe.
Yes.
Oh right, it's a disc.
Yep.
I'll leave it as a plate then.
Perfect.
Spin.
Also, FYI, the map of the world isn't the end of the world. Just so you know, it's just the part that the story gives a shit about. So
Oh.
there is more world out there. It's just there's no story to be had there according to the rules. So
That's
there you go.
awesome.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's
So
middle
because it is a big disc. But anyway, so in this moment, you've made a cool map. You've put your kind of gold leaf over it, as it were. You've caramelized it in gold, and yeah, I think during this entire thing, like Arse is like kind of mildly like excitable at this, and there's like super like staring at everything you're doing, like with just massive eyes and a really big smile. Eager would be an understatement. And
I feel like looking at like I'm side eyeing Arse. Like I feel like I'm being looked at. It's like window shopping. Like,
Mhm.
I'm just an item They're like, I can't wait to have that on my mantelpiece.
Am I the only one that wants to attack it? Arse.
God, we all.
I absolutely love that. This is their name. I love that. That's what I called this character. It's so good. You know, Celestial Garden to the Heavenly Host Arsenal. Such a perfect name. Succinct. Yes. Anyway, so yeah.
Okay.
So you do that, right? Everybody does whatever they do for an hour, chills out, takes a short rest, eats some food probably, right? You don't eat, so you can focus on the ritual.
I'd probably be just trying to like meditate with my
Holy symbol.
like the holy symbol, and just trying to like speak to the great gold worm through it,
Yeah.
or like channel my thoughts through it to him.
And yeah. Right.
I'll be
And
thinking of the Elven Queen at this point as well.
yeah, that's nice. She's probably thinking of you, you know.
That's nice.
But like in a more accurate way, probably not. Like probably busy doing elf queen stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, maintaining a realm and shit like that.
Indeed.
Important stuff.
Yeah, right? Washing her feet, you know. Various
Okay.
things.
So one last time on the wording of this question. Put you in contact with a god. You ask a single question concerning a specific goal or event to
Feel free to type it out as on like, you know, Roll20 or Discord for editing purposes. Discord's probably easier. So like feel free to type it out before you ask it. I don't mind.
Yeah, okay.
I think that it was something like, our goal is to leave this place. Where are we now? Was like the main essence of it, but you might want to rephrase that a little bit.
Yeah, like I was good with that personally, right?
This place. What does that entail, though? I'm scared of fucking this up.
I mean, you're scared to fuck it up? I mean, let's take a leaf out of Crumbar's book and then wonder why he has a book.
Yay!
There's an actual threat of you lot starving.
I mean, no, because Arya has good brew. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Of course, leave this place. Where are we now?
You
Oh,
spoke?
like, what's another way of saying place? Like this. You'll say country?
No, because it might not be one. It might be a plane of existence. Place is fine.
And a plane is also a place. But okay. All right. Let's do this. Yeah.
Okay, do you want to just type the question and Roll20 for me then? And I'll, at least that gives us some kind of... Okay, yeah, and you want to hit the big divination button finally. Yeah, so I've seen that up. It's already pasted in, so I'll just take that as you don't need to
Okay.
repaste it. But I'm just saying, asking you,
I'll
like, actually, yeah, to describe how this looks for everybody, because this is probably
Okay.
big cleric action, right?
Yeah, I'll sing
Oh.
4 sticks of incense into the ground in the cardinal directions. Assuming, I don't even know if those occur on a disc with no poles.
Well, I did say this earlier, it's like a compass would be interesting on a disc.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep.
Still do that.
Sure. They're still in up, down, left, and right, I guess, so...
Okay. Yeah. All down. And then I spin the wheel, the disc, the plate. And I'm pacing around as I say this. And I'll look to the stars, because I know they're used for guidance and navigation.
Yep, you see
While I
Cloud?
talk. Fuck.
Yep.
That's poetic.
Mhm.
I'll say, Lord Janus, our goal is to leave this place. Where are we now?
So, obviously, as I said, Arth has been stuck to you like glue this entire time. Couldn't be more up in your business, quite frankly. But still keeping a respectful distance in the fact that they don't want to interrupt, right? They're just more like hyper curious, like, you know, you trying to build a 2-year-old's latest birthday present, you know, that they've already unwrapped. So, that vibe, you know, and everybody else is like mulling around, eating or praying or whatever they do, you know. And whatever Plague's doing on his mic just now, like sharpening a pencil or something.
Oh, sorry.
And yeah, like as you ask that question, you see like the almost like red fire just consume in a flash, like your ingredients, as it were, your components, as per the spell, and you look around and everybody just kind of slows down to the point where they then just start to like fade away, like ash themselves.
Oh,
Even arse fades away like ash, and everything slowly tints red around you.
shit.
I
And-
don't like the sound.
Oh.
So then everything is now like kind of like red. The bits of like buildings you can still see like break away and like float off like red ash. Until you're kind of in like nothingness, but like kind of almost like some kind of red, kind of liquidy, smoky type environment. And then you just hear like a booming voice from everywhere, as if like maybe a couple of 100,000 people are speaking in perfect unison and saying, "You have been seeking me out for a long time, machination." And that's where we end.
Wow.
What was his
Machination.
machination? Okay, so a reference to him being a warforged.
Yeah.
I presume.
Yeah.
So,
Who?
Being the Wolfforge.
I was gonna say, what does machination mean?
Like
Thingy.
something that's a product of a scheme.
So
Is
Like a
Amazing.
blip.
it's also about being a machine, right?
Yeah, kind of.
okay, so basically, he's referring to, Bastille anyway.
I mean,
Yeah.
so if you wanted to look into that, right, machination could mean something that was made by a machine, or something that was made by a hypothetical machine in the sense of a scheme, like he said, as part of a plot.
And
Bastille
I'm sure
is-
Ryan used that word on purpose.
And Bastille is both, quite frankly. So, hey ho, but yeah, there you have it, guys. There
Brilliant.
you have it.
Great.
These are all dead.
Cliffhanger.
A literal cliffhanger.
Yeah. There's a lot of dread there.
Yeah, right.
It was Halloween, I'll say.
Yeah.
Pretty Halloween.
Like, bleak was the vibe I went for after that, quite frankly. Yeah. Also, it's not to say what's happening is good, either.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
But yes, many voices all cried out at once and then kept asking, actually. They did not silence immediately. So, yeah, what do you want to call this one? It's okay, it's already named. Look how easy that was.
Oh.
What, 69? Session 69?
Nope.
Lol.
Pation.
Hmm?
It's called Pation.
Just say patient.
Yep, so
Patient?
it's been named since you started.
Anticipation. Yeah.
Yep, look at the session tracker.
Oh, yeah!
Yep, it's already covered. Anticipation.
Nice.
Yep. There was no way I wasn't going to call it that, let's face it. It's too good. Besides that though, guys, right, let's go look at goals, shall we?
Yeah.
Well, let's go down the list, shall we? Talk me through.
Contact got a choice. Well, we have.
Well, you
Yep.
pushed the button. Yeah. Can move that across.
Until I'll move
Um,
it across.
We definitely de-escalated the conflict with Vishal.
Yep. Move that across.
We haven't learnt where Indulgent sent us yet.
That maybe next week.
We haven't made it to Rise.
Also,
as
whoever's
far as we know.
cutting and pasting, don't. You want to copy paste, so undo
Oh,
it.
did I cut and paste? Sorry.
Of course it was you.
So we haven't made it to Horizon, and we don't know where, in what way Mark is still with us.
Well, have we? Are we in Horizon? Alright.
I told you. No, all
We don't
complete
know
buddy.
where we are.
So right, there's that, right? Next, personal goals. No, 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 no,
Not
no.
quite.
Right.
Close though.
Anybody want to argue those? No.
No, I need to know a bit more
No.
information about Vishal's connection with Janus.
Cool. Is there any edits? Because we're missing 2 goals, and you might want to update your
Oh.
personal goals quite a bit.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I update? Actually, I might leave it.
Yours isn't specifically bad. I mean more things like Arya's that's been there for a while now.
Oh yeah. Should we do
Yeah, I don't
general
think
goals
we'll find
first?
out about
Yeah,
that.
like
yeah.
what's the party's focus first, right? Because obviously you just need to wait
Yeah.
on what Bastille comes back with from the who knows where redscape of hell. Like,
Make,
yeah,
making escaping the place
Yeah. Yeah.
or leaving
Escape.
the place.
But isn't that what summarized in Make It to Horizon, right? So that's kinda
Yeah.
already in there. I get that there's like there could be the baby
Well,
step
but
before
we
that,
might
but
be like miles away from Horizon. So, I mean,
Yeah, how do you like kind of phrase get back on track? Restart the right journey? I don't know.
it depends though. Like,
we need to leave where we are.
Back
So,
to our
first.
realm?
so the issue is you don't have the answers to build that goal yet because Bastiel isn't back from divination call, right?
Mm.
So you can't really build on that at the moment because that's kind of like the problem of, you know, identifying what's our biggest issue. We don't know where we are. Why are we talking about anything else? So when he can solve that, you can do
Yeah.
that. But like once you've solved that, assuming that gets solved, we know you want to make it to Horizon when you do get back on track. So what else do you want to do when you get back on track?
Well, we need to find out what our next destination.
It's already there.
is.
Make it to Horizon.
So, Horizon.
It's
So what are
already-
we going to do in Horizon when
Yep,
we get there?
there you
I think
go.
we need to
Right,
research.
so once we get to Horizon, we need to get put in touch. We need to try and locate Brotherhood of Pat. Find the Brotherhood of Pat to gain information on the Rod or just Pat in general.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'll,
Why as well?
yeah,
I don't mean you.
yeah.
I don't mean you need to type that. I'm just asking why to the group.
Oh, okay. But so the
you
spear,
know,
right?
Yeah,
Oh,
but I mean the Rod. Well, we need to find out about Pa because, you know, that's who the Rod. We need a Rod of Pa. If we can find out more about Pa, we can hopefully find out why why Vishal is doing all this stuff, and then either come to some kind of understanding or even stop them.
So how is what Vishal's goals are in any way tied to what the Brotherhood can tell you? Out of interest, where's your link there
Well,
besides
the Brotherhood can tell us about Pa.
right? So
So it's, and once we find out more about Pa, we can feel like, you know, it could be like, well,
but
Pa
you
wants
know
to-
what Vishal has done. You have witnessed it multiple
Yeah.
times. So what more is it going to tell you? That's what I'm asking. That's the part I'm interested in. Like, what do you think this Brotherhood of a God can tell you about a guy that has like the Rod of Pa, which arguably is probably quite cool, right? Since it's the Rod of Pa.
Well, in fact, no, you already explained to me that there's only one. Maybe he has the ability. Maybe Pa has the ability to take it off of him. Maybe.
But surely you could just ask Bastiel to ask Pa that,
yeah.
Yeah.
right?
I love this spell now.
So good,
It's
isn't
so
it?
badass.
I mean, God Call, yeah.
Yeah. That was sick.
Dial of Prophecy, yeah. What else is in Horizon? What would make
Can
it
I
worthwhile
ask
going? Yeah, you can.
where
Of course you can.
Historia was
The
Sorry, shut up, Crumbar. Arya? You were
Could
saying?
I? Thank you. Could I ask where Justoria was? Because I can't remember where she was when we,
So,
saw her.
the
and met
last
her
you
and all
saw
that.
her-
Was it Horizon or Glitterhagen?
Nope,
Mm.
neither. The last time you've seen Justoria, right? So, Justoria's like palace is in Horizon, yes. But the last time you saw her was at a hellhole. When you camped together after you saw her go kind of demonic-y.
Yes.
And then yous were going to meet her at another hellhole 3 weeks later, and she never showed up, and then you bumped into Magna, who was standing at the ashes of a hellhole.
But we also know that she was having a nice dinner. So Mark said.
Yes, Mark said that he had that she had
Yeah, but
invited
when?
people to a nice dinner at some point. Yeah,
He said right now.
I mean,
I
yeah,
think was his words.
like you could definitely go back and listen to his exact statements that he said. Yes.
Exactly, but that's the thing. I know he was flimsy, so I don't quite care about what he said because I don't know when what he said was true. The only thing I'm thinking about is because I'm thinking of my personal goal, and I was thinking of maybe trying to find Justoria and find out more about this entire Mistress of the Flame, if that's what's allowing her to close hellholes or whatever. But either way, I still think that finding Justoria might be a good idea because she might be able to help. She's been pretty helpful so far.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Justoria is with Magna and Eremos now.
The problem is the characters don't know that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I know. That's what I'm saying.
big cutscene energy.
If we
Yeah.
did a bit of investigating about that, we might find out some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should sort of find out what this metropolis is, or what it once was.
I mean, ideally, that's what Bastiel should find out if his question goes through, right?
Mm.
Really. Or at least what it's called now, if it was a place,
Find out
right?
the name of this lost city.
It's when,
it's gonna-
you actually get through to Janus and he just gives you map coordinates. There are no coordinates on the map you have.
I mean, it might not be achievable next session, that's the only thing.
Well, yeah, because I think you just need to summarise the fact that you know you just need to get away from where you are to somewhere you know where it is. So that's the assumption part. It can't be a goal because you don't have any grounding to build a goal on that.
But this is the problem.
No, it's not, because you skip that bit and you just build goals for when you have solved that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I mean, why are we making it to Horizon? What's in Horizon?
Well, that's
Well,
what you said.
Brotherhood of Pa, and also the.
It is the main magic city.
Order.
Yeah, it's the main magic city
so
as well.
what specifically about the Prismatic Order do we need information about?
Locating Justoria, see if they've got any updates.
So
Yeah,
why don't we?
the rest of
Contact the Prismatic Order to locate Justoria.
Mhm.
Also, since they're to do with magic, they might know more about things like the Astro Hammer, Rod of Pab,
Yeah.
Janus, all that kind of stuff.
We also need the rod, so we might need the help to actually kill
so
the spell.
I'm gonna give me a wee second. So there is still all
A lot of that's assumption that they won't just take the rod and claim it for themselves, though, right? Given that they're the magic police and user random
Yeah.
people in the world.
I'll put it in here as
Sorry, celestial champions is what I meant to say.
That's fair.
so that is the list of the things that we need. So hopefully they can give us information on Jaina and them things.
Jaina. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Janus. Okay, so should we just call them the artifacts?
Yep, because that is literally the quest list you just need to tick off, right?
Okay.
So I'll just put contact the Prismatic Order for info about Justoria. We can refine it maybe. If we don't find out next week, we can refine it the week after and maybe separate some of those out a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Any other changes to make goal-wise?
Thinking about personal goals again, because I've
Hey,
got
so
no idea.
Arya's got find out where Justoria is, that's fine, good. We've got Bastiel still has Riz with the Prince of Shadows. Keeping it?
So I think I'm going to come back to
Bastiel, are we keeping that? Sorry, I never got your answer.
Yes.
Cool,
100%.
good. Hey, Crumbar, still
Hmm.
focusing on GGW, or are you going to move on to something else? I'm not saying that to provide you a prod, I'm just saying you can still try.
Yeah, I just feel like I've not got a way to do it anymore. Like that was the only way I was thinking.
I'm just going to point you at Bastiel.
You can cast the spell multiple times, Faye.
It's just like a day's
True.
rest, quite frankly, right? So
I mean, as long as we got the right sort of GP's worth of gifts and things like that,
Well-
it's possible.
Well, I can do that, but also, what about?
I mean, Crumbar
just-
is a relic of the Great Gold Worm now, I think. So
That's giving up a hand.
What about? I don't know if this is an autocomplete or not, but finding a way, making Don Drabella not be mad at me anymore.
how difficult do you think that goal is
Ooh.
going to be? I mean, you can put it down. Yeah, I think make amends with Don Drabella is maybe a good
Yeah.
one. Yeah, I think that's worth it. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
I think you just need to buy her a few drinks and she'll be right as rain with you.
Yeah,
I think that's how you.
that's close enough. It's nowhere near close, but it's close enough. Right, Plagal, sorry, you were saying we've got at the moment still find out what Vishal's connection with Janus is.
There's still a possibility next
Well,
week.
going
possibly.
if you do make it to Horizon at some point, that is still a, you're going to the City of Magic, right? So it's, it's a good place to start, considering
Yeah.
those are two, both have big magic energy about them. So that's fine, I think, if you want to keep it. Also, you've
no,
still
I
got
do
Bastiel, the guy who can phone gods.
Exactly.
Bastiel, you do realize if you can, if you ever die or you can't make it one week, there goes most of the progression, I think, at that point. Then we've got a For Riz, learn how to
No
remove the
pressure.
mark on my hand. City of Magic, buddy, right?
Yeah. sounds
Happy with
good.
it? Or do you have something more pressing? Like clean up the spirit insides to get rid of the, party smell?
I'm a little bit worried actually. Like flashing, I don't think it's wise to flash it around, like especially with the prismatic order. Like it's,
Mm-hmm.
but like, maybe there's a dark undercity of Horizon that might be more open to such things.
That's called
Being
Shadowport, and it's near Glitterhagen.
There's only one in the world.
It's more just a case of
Everything else
it's
is
like
great.
it's got enough people looking out for it that it's very well protected. Put it that when it's far enough away from places like Horizon that they can't just magic it better.
Yeah.
Whereas in Horizon, Justoria could just have appeared and been like, okay, cool, I just hold person everybody. Yous are arrested, She is the daughter of the Wizard King. So yeah. But no, if you want to keep on that, that's good. And as I said, if you do make it to Horizon, that's a decent place to start about magic bullshit. Just be careful who you touch and show it to. Oh dear. If that's the case, let's move on then to our wrap-up chat, guys. So do you want to start us off, Riz?
Yeah, really. I like the pace of it. How it started, we were going to die.
Mhm.
Everything was really intense, and then it kind of just went to this. What I'm finding is the norm of play, which is now it feels very relaxing to be in that state where it's like we're exploring and we're dealing with this and that. Because that was just like I now realize that was like the end point. Like that was like death.
But I mean, like,
So-
also the art, like for me, the kind of the vibe of that was meant to be the bleakness of did you actually get away from danger, right? Given the fact that you're in like an
that's
ash-filled, destroyed city. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was like a breath out of relief, but then it was like, oh, still this another way, like still this trug of negativity of just ash, and then just like a cliff, and then we don't know where we are. But luckily, Bastiel, we got that boy. But yeah, good session.
Good.
Happy.
Good. Plagle, do you want to go next?
Cool. I'll keep it short. I loved it. There was huge danger to begin with, and sort of slightly. Well, that natural 20 at the beginning was crucial because if that hadn't happened, we were all probably still going to die. So that natural 20 from Crumbar was absolutely amazing. Well done, Scott, for rolling that. Brilliant. Yeah, I think we sort of managed to extricate ourselves from the situation in probably about the best way that we could have done. We still don't know why he let us go, but that can come later. And I think it's really intriguing. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that Crumbar had from Vishal, which we still don't know because he hasn't told us. So I'm really hoping that he'll say something next week.
And I really hope someone reminds me.
Yeah, sort of tried to, but there we go. Anyway, so then we've got this sort of huge ruined city, no idea what it is, where we are at all. We could, for all we know, be in some sort of ancient underrealm that nobody's ever found out about, or it could be part of the abyss. It could be in the sky somewhere. We just don't know. No way of knowing at the moment. And that was fun being a giant eagle with Don Jabella again. She's cool. I think Plagal and her have really bonded. More than they already had done.
Yeah, I mean, if we had a Legolas and Gimli in the party, it'd be used for the now, right? Definitely.
Yeah, it's quite fun. And I think we just held it together with, the divination at the end. I think that is probably our only course of action. I don't see what else we could have done at that point.
Yeah, a spell he hasn't taken, but Beacon of Hope is something Bastiel is becoming, I think. So.
Yeah, totally. Thank God for clerics, as I have constantly found out in every adventure that I've now played in.
They're so good, but yeah.
Yeah. So that's me. Guys, I'm also going to have to.
That's fine. I'm going to move on. So, Crumbar, do you want to pick it up from there? Yep.
I am happy I didn't die.
Again.
Like that. The initial start of that was very, very tense. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was shitting myself. I seriously thought he was just gonna come up to me and insta-give me again. But no, I'm glad we kind of got out, and I really like this whole kind of desert, ashy
Mhm.
city we're in there now. I got a really good visual of that in my head.
Nice.
And yeah. Yeah,
Also,
I'm interested. I'm
Vishal gave
really-
you some super important information in your conversations as well.
Yeah, about us not needing to be enemies.
Nope. I'm just gonna leave that one there for you.
Are you on about him saying if I open them, why would I close them?
Nope.
Oh no. The thing about the dragon, why would the third be something of the second? Or
Mm.
Yes.
Maybe worth a wee re-listen for you, buddy. But
Yeah.
yup. He wouldn't just say anything for the good of his health, so to speak, would he?
Saying there's more babies.
So, yeah. Anything else, buddy?
I love you.
Thank you. Arya.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, I'm kind of shocked. Like, how are we not dead?
Yeah, I'm shocked too. Like, yeah. It's good.
Because I
Like,
lucked
that
out.
is a thing. That is a thing,
Mm.
and that will confuse Arya for a while. Just saying. It obviously I know that we're not in like massive risk right now, but to a very tiny level, it kind of does feel like we've jumped from the frying pan into the fire because we're like, okay, where are we? How do we get out of here? Cool. And now we're somewhere else, and we're like, okay, where are we? How do I get out of here? And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to twiddle my thumbs and see watch you do things and come up with a solution. Fine, I'll just play fetch with my bird. Okay. Like, yeah, Arya's like, I don't really know what to contribute to this right now because we are in a weird situation. Still,
Yeah.
not a deadly situation, but a weird situation.
Yeah, yeah. Last but not least, beacon of hope.
Yeah, there were like quite a few like really vivid scenes in my head going on. It was like little things too. Like I liked when, like I just imagined when I was like detect magic and asking Crumbar if he could do it too. We're just like walking in this like line of silhouettes and two like 4 lights just pierce the dark. Like at both ends of the party. Like,
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, especially in like the blistering ash just blowing around. Yeah.
Yeah. So sick. I really liked it. It's refreshing to just have this whole landscape, and there's still that mystery to it where everyone's obviously expecting to be ambushed. We're expecting there to be some ghosts or some shit, but it just isn't, and it's like an entirely different dilemma now. Like starvation is a thing. Well, it's not for Goodberry, but you know what I mean. Like the time scale changes everything, and the solutions that draws out is very interesting.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously the cliffhanger was yours, so you're welcome. Should be fine, right? Should be fine.
Also, Dom reminds me, level 8.
Yes, that's something I didn't actually even speak of. Actually,
yeah,
was the
the-
actual 2 golds that you've got. So that would have been, twice as much. What's that? 1400 XP.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would that take us to?
Level 8.
3,400.
34, 6, 346.
1,400 would be 34 on the nose.
On the nose.
However, I will also give you the encounter XP with Vishal.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Well, you did encounter him, right? So,
Yeah, I guess.
let's
Sure.
see. Cool. That's another 5,500 XP.
Oh my god.
So what's that in total?
39,500.
So 6,900 in total this session.
Wow.
XP earned.
6,900 on.
Yep.
Oh, that's brilliant.
You just had to
395.
do that.
Actually,
Not yet.
0 numbers were edited, by the way, for that. That's just what it is.
That's
So when's
amazing.
level 9?
No, we're level 8.
Yeah, but when's level 9? Because we
Oh,
just
when's level 9?
rocketed towards that.
Well, I think it's still a little bit of a way to go, but that is amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, it's
Well,
just what
good.
happens. Yeah. Right,
Probably work out what sort of level character he was and the amount of XP that we've all gained.
Oh, this is where I can get a
Oh my
feat or an
lord.
ability score.
Gosh,
right.
that sort of puts us almost halfway to level 9.
That's what I'm saying.
Amazing.
Yeah, so what was your final total of XP?
Uh,
9.
It's now 30.
39500.
yeah,
Cool,
39500.
perfect. Just so I can put it in my tracker so that other people can be up to date. And what's the next checkpoint? What's the next?
48,000.
Not bad, eh? Not bad.
Not bad.
Good old Vishal, you know?
Yeah, he had his uses. Lingers, so
Everybody walks in,
great.
panics a bit, and sweats in XP. Yeah.
I've got difficult decisions to make about 4th level spells now.
Yeah, well, let's wrap this up then. So, thank you all for playing. Thank you everybody for watching, especially Lord Eric, you know, former player of said game. And goodbye, Twitch.
Bye, Rich.
Bye.
Ah!